Welcome back to Platinum Pursuit. I'm Hunted, and today we've got the Pixel Remaster version of the classic Final Fantasy II. As with all of the guides here on the channel, we will go from the start until the Platinum while avoiding spoilers and letting you discover the game at your own pace. There are a total of 234 chests to open, 128 beasts to hunt, and 27 different locations to visit on our way to the Platinum. This guide will cover each and every one, making sure you don't miss a thing on your playthrough. As always, if you like this guide, do please consider subscribing and share with your friends. If you're coming from the Final Fantasy I guide here on the channel, this guide is a lot more of the same. If you're new to this specific series, I do my very best to give you a general path through the game while not digging into any of the mechanics or strategies that allow you to keep the awesome bits of discovery that make these games special. For Final Fantasy II specifically, I do highly recommend that you do the things in order as I do them, as there are many one-and-done dungeons that render chests inside completely missable if not open the first time through. There are a few bestiary entries that can also be missed due to certain circumstances. Regardless, I've done my best to make this guide as painless as possible, so let's jump in and get started. Alright folks, hello and welcome to Final Fantasy II. We are just about set and ready to go. Go ahead and press any button. And just a very, very quick note about the account that I'm playing this guide on. I did play Final Fantasy II for about 3 hours on this account. Long time ago. I am obviously going to be starting a new game and we're going to be going through. But my kill totals and the story achievement is just going to be offset with yours a little bit. So anyway, it's the same as with Final Fantasy I. You do need to kill 500 total enemies. You need 100,000 gil. You'll certainly be able to do both of those things if you're focused on farming and all that good stuff. But anyway, let's go ahead, hit new game. And this time, we don't get to pick our classes. Instead, we are given our squad of characters here. Go ahead and change their names to whatever you like. And once you're done, go ahead and hit done, and we can jump right on into the game. All right, so after some early scenes, you will eventually wind up here in front of Hilda, and you will be learning the first password of the game. Now, there are 15 different passwords that you'll have to learn. You'll want to come down here, hit learn, and then hit Wild Rose. And these act as sort of things that you can ask other characters about in the game. So throughout the game, now that we've learned Wild Rose, you can ask the various characters throughout the world if they know anything about that. You'll get some cool information, things like that. It's just a nice little extra thing, but we do need to get all 15 passwords. So I will, of course, be pointing them out. And there are some that are missable, so make sure that you are obviously following along with the guide, and we will get all 15 before the game is said and done. All right, so after that, you will have your menu here that you can take a look at the various controls, pretty much everything the same as Final Fantasy I if you're coming from there. The key things to note is that you can still turn encounters off and on using R3. You can hit circle to sprint, and if you hit L3, you can default run with or default speed run, so you don't have to walk around. Then when you come in here, you hit triangle, you go down to configuration, and you can check out your bestiary down here at the bottom. This is where you can track all of the monsters that we're going to be fighting throughout the game. There's 128 total, just like the original Final Fantasy, and I will show you each and every one just like before. And then if you come in here to boost, this is a little bit different this time around. There's more options, but they do pretty much the same thing. So gil, obviously you can boost that up for more money. Compensatory HP essentially means you get some HP after a fixed number of wins in battle. Just a little boost to help you. You can obviously turn that off if you don't want that. Now, there are these other skill boosts. So you get weapon skill boost, magic skill boost, and attribute boost. All right, so after you are set and ready, you can talk to this guy if you want to. You can talk to anybody in this room if you want to. But what we're going to do is we are going to exit out, and then we're going to head down the stairs. And if you come over to the left side here, there's our first chest of the game. Go ahead and grab this. Now with that, we can go ahead and head outside to the main portion of the game. And now once you're outside, if you hit square and then triangle, you can see the overworld map here, and you can see we got the 1-of-1 chest for Altair. But this is an important moment here. So there are 27 different locations, named locations throughout this game. For a trophy, we have to get all 27 of them. 2 of them are missable. You can miss them entirely and still beat the game. And I will, of course, show you where those all are. Let's go ahead and keep on moving. All right, so once you've bought all the stuff that you want and you're equipped and ready to go, we're going to go ahead and exit out. And just like in any other RPG, feel free to grind a little bit at the beginning to get some extra levels, get some extra gil, things like that. But there are 3 enemies that we're going to want to farm outside of Altair before you move on regardless, so we can fill out our bestiary. So go ahead, and if you have encounters off, turn them on, and let's go find some monsters. And the first enemy that you're going to want to add is the Leg Eater. Next up, you're going to want to grab the Hornet here as well. And finally, you're going to want to find the Goblin as well. All right, so after you grab those enemies, we are going to go ahead and cross over this bridge and just keep following the path up through the trees. And then there's this little house right here that you can go ahead and enter, and this is Gatria, another location we can go ahead and add to our list. All right, so there's really not much to do in Gatria, so we're going to go ahead and exit, and now we're going to follow the bridge, or we're going to go across the bridge and now follow the lake around here. Just keep following the shore, and once you get to this part, you can look down and see there is the town of Fynn, another we can add to our location. Go ahead and enter it here. And once you get inside, I would highly recommend that you save right here, just in case you talk to somebody you probably shouldn't. Okay, once you're here in Fynn, we're going to head to the north, but be careful that you don't talk to or really even get too close to these Imperial guards right here, or you will not survive. So we're going to head north, like I said, avoiding guards the whole way. And then we're going to come around this fence. Don't go too far. And we're going to head to the right like so. All the way around until we get to this little pub area right here. Go ahead and enter on inside. And then again, make sure you're avoiding guards. Head up here and come talk to this bartender. And then once you are talking to them, go ahead and hit ask and ask about Wild Rose. And once the bartender gets out of the way, you can walk back into this area, head down the stairs, and there are 3 chests for you to grab in this room, so go ahead and grab all 3. And once you've got all 3 chests, go ahead and speak to the man in the bed right here, and you will get Scott's ring, which we're going to need. All right, after you talk to the man and you get the ring, you're going to make your way back to Altair, the first town that we started in. Go ahead and enter on inside, and then we are going to head into this building here, the unmarked one that we came out of originally. And then once you're in here, you're going to run all the way to the north, up the stairs, into this room. And we need to talk to the princess here. And once you're talking to Hilda, you're going to want to come down to key items and hit ring. And then you'll want to come down to learn and learn Mithril, our second password of the game. And then once you're done speaking with Hilda, she'll recommend you talk with Minwoo, and you can come over here and speak to him. You'll get both Minwoo and the canoe, so Minwoo will join your party, the first of many rotating characters in that 4th slot. And then Hilda will once again mention the Dreadnought. Come down here and hit learn and speak to her about the Dreadnought to get another password. You can ask her about it as well. And obviously you can ask about the ones in red to get additional information about these specific things. Just makes it a little bit easier. And then after you ask her about the Dreadnought, she'll mention a heavily armed airship. Come back down to learn. Hit airship here. And you will get yet another password. We're at 4 out of 15 already. So again, go ahead and speak to her about these various things and we can keep going. All right, so after you are all said and done in there, we're going to go ahead and head to the next city with our new canoe. So exit out, head upwards, and you'll be able to cross the bridge here. Go ahead and touch the water. You'll enter into your canoe. You can head to the right and dock. And then in here is Palome. So go ahead and say hello. And once you've purchased whatever you need in town, head back to the entrance and you can talk to this pirate. He will sell you a ticket for 32 gil. And once you hit yes, go ahead and exit out of the town, board the ship here, and they will sail you all the way across to our next location in Poft. Once you land, go ahead and head inside and we can add this to our location tally. So, once you land here in town, if you go over to the left, you can head into this bar right here. And you can speak to this guy over here. This is Sid, and he is willing to offer you an airship ride. You can ask him about whatever you'd like, the airship. And then after you talk to Sid, if you would like to, you can speak to this person over to his right. And just go ahead and hit yes on this, and you can see where they are willing to take you in the ship. We are heading to Salamand next, so if you have the gil for it, you can certainly fly there. It's really not that far, though, so I'm going to go ahead and walk. So if you'd rather walk than fly, go ahead and exit out. We'll come down here and go up to the left, kind of go around these mountains to the north. And then right here is this snowy little village. Make sure you enter this for another location. This is Salamand. Now, Salamand is a pretty expensive town, so you're not going to be able to buy too much here, I would imagine. But we do need to go ahead and talk to Joseph. So we're going to enter in, head north, turn right up here, and you'll see this woman dressed in pink. Enter the home right next to her. And inside, if you come up here and talk to this guy, this is Joseph. Go ahead and ask him about Mithril at the very least, so we can keep on going. And after you speak to Joseph, he'll send you on a task, which is what we are heading to do next. But before you go, whether you walked or flew up here, let's turn on our encounters and get 2 enemies outside of Salamand, and then we can keep on moving. The first of these enemies is this vampire thorn. Find one of them. And then for this next enemy, if you're having trouble finding it up towards Salamand, if you kind of float down towards Poft here, you might get better luck. It's not an exact science, but yeah, so we should be able to find it around this area as well. And the other enemy that you're going to need in this area is the Queen Bee here, so make sure you find that as well. All right, so once you've found the enemies that you're looking for here, we are going to head immediately to the left over to the west, and we're going to go around this mountainscape here all the way until we can turn the corner. And you're going to see there's a river that's running along here to the east. Go ahead and jump in with your canoe, follow it down, and you will eventually come to this little entryway here. We'll go ahead and enter inside, and this is Semitt Falls, the first real dungeon of the game that we're going to be tackling. All right, so here we are in Semitt Falls, basement number 1, and now, similarly to how I did the original Final Fantasy guide, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all of the chests you can get on the floors that we're on. So you want to go from chest to chest, and then after the chests are grabbed, I'll show you the enemies you'll want to have farmed on this level. So hopefully you can get them as you're running to the chests, or, you know, whatever, after you do the chest, whatever you want to do. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to the first one now. So from here, we're going to head down immediately through this little gap, and then we're going to head to the left. You can ignore this crystal for the moment. Keep going left, head down, and then at this sort of split area, we're going to go left and up, follow the pathway, and here is a chest for us to grab. And then from here, we're going to head down to the right, and if you look, there's like a little sliver of land that we can walk down this way. Head all the way over to the right, and there's another chest here in this corner. From here, we're going to head out of the area down to the next floor. There are no enemies on this floor that we need to find, so we're just going to go ahead and head down the stairs here to the left in basement 2. And then once we're here, we're just going to follow the pathway up this way, and from the split right here, we're going to go to the upper left corner, right around here, and there's a chest in the top left. And then from here, we're just going to go back a little ways, and instead of going to the left at this split, we're going to go up and to the right through the water, and there's a chest waiting for us right here as well. And then we're going to backtrack one more time. This time we're going to head down to the right, which is the pathway that we need to go. We're going to follow it along, and you will find a chest along the way. And now after you've grabbed that chest, we are going to head up to these 4 doors. The 3 doors on the right just lead to an empty room. So what we're going to do is we're going to head through the left door and down the stairs to basement 3. And once we're here on basement 3, we're going to head down immediately straight down to this chest right here. And now we're going to continue our way through the area, so head up and go to the left. You can ignore the doors and things for now. We're going to head to the left again, go down, and we're going to cross this bridge right here to grab the chest in this little corner. All right, so that's it for the chest in this area. We're going to head back to these 3 doors. Before we go through any of them, though, we are needing to find 2 different monsters on this floor. You may have already got these, but if you haven't, make sure you add them to your bestiaries. This is the best place to find them in the game. So go ahead and farm those up real quick if you haven't already. And the first one that you're going to want to find is this Sasquatch here. Go ahead and take him out. And the second one that you want is this Sprinter here, so make sure you find one of these before you move on as well. All right, so after you've gotten those enemies, you're going to go ahead and enter the room to the far left, and there's a bunch of people in here. You can go ahead and speak to this guy standing next to the girl to continue on. And then after that little cutscene, go ahead and go to the right and take these stairs down to the next level. All right, once you're here in the basement floor number 4, you're going to head out and up, crossing this bridge, and just keep going straight, and you'll find this chest in the little alcove. Now, once you've grabbed this chest, go ahead and head back down, go right across the bridge, and then from this little intersection, go up, and we're just going to follow this path all the way around, and it'll lead you down to the basement number 5. All right, then as soon as you hit basement 5, let's go ahead and farm up a couple of enemies in this area real quick to begin with, and then we can move on to the other stuff. And the first enemy you're going to want to find on this floor is this green slime, and make sure you get one of these guys. And the second guy that you're going to want to find is this goblin guard. Make sure you have killed at least one of these. All right, so after you grab those enemies, we are going to head across this bridge and then up here over and keep going to the right. Now, if you played Final Fantasy 1 and you followed along with the guide, surely you'll have remembered that you can get chests or enemies in the chests. Final Fantasy 2 kind of kicks it up a notch, and you can actually find bosses in some of these chests. I know it's a little bit of a spoiler, I do realize that, but I also don't want you to lose a ton of progress because you haven't saved or anything like that. So I am going to call out where you do fight some bosses out of the chests. And the first one is this chest right here. You will get a reward. You know, you'll still open the chest and get something inside of it after you defeat the boss. But yeah, we do need to go ahead, make a quick save, we'll fight the boss, and then keep going. And from this chest, we will fight the land turtle and add him to our bestiary. And now after you defeat that enemy, the cool thing is you actually get the teleport tome, which you can use to teleport out of the dungeon. We're not going to do that quite yet. I mean, you can if you need to go like heal up before the actual boss of the dungeon, or you know, you can go ahead and teach it to one of your mages and they can use it in battle, but they can also use it to get you out of the dungeon once you are done, so you don't have to walk all the way back to the beginning. But anyway, and now we're gonna go back to the area that we were, all the way back here, head across the bridge again, and then this time we're gonna go up and to the left. And in this door, you will see there's an enemy we can fight, the actual boss fight of the dungeon. Go ahead and good luck. And here we go. We will get the sergeant added to our bestiary at the end of the dungeon. And then after the boss is defeated, go ahead and open the chest in the room as well. And now that's all we can do here in the dungeon. We do only have 10 of the 11 chests, but we will get the 11th later on. So if you have the MP, go ahead and cast that teleport spell to get out, or you can just walk your way out. Either way, you should be at the beginning of the dungeon. Alright, so now that we've gotten the mithril from the dungeon, you're going to want to make your way all the way back to Altair. If you don't remember how, you're going to have to go to Salamand, probably heal up there, and then you can buy a ticket back across the ocean in Poft, and then from Paloom down to Altair, and you can make your way here pretty straightforward. Go ahead and enter the town. And now we're just going to want to go ahead and enter the Rebels' hideout. Head straight on up. And we will talk to Hilda in here. And then while you're talking to her, go ahead and hit key items. Give her the mithril. And she will send you on a task to go give that to the blacksmith. So we're going to go ahead and exit out of this area yet again. And now you can come down to the weapons shop here across the bridge. And inside, talk to this old man. Give him the mithril. And now, after talking to the old man, you can come over here and buy mithril goods from both the weapon and the armor vendor. So go ahead and get some upgrades if you'd like to do so. And then we can keep going. Now, once you're geared up to your liking, we're going to go ahead and go speak to Hilda one more time. She's going to tell you that she wants us to stop the Dreadnought. Go ahead and ask her about it. And once you're done talking to her, we can go back to the overworld. And now we are going to head to Bafsk, which is the next place we need to go. And in order to do that, we need to make our way back over to Poft. So go ahead and cross the ocean yet again. You'll need to buy another ticket, and I'll see you over there. And then once you land, you can go in there and refresh if you want, but you should be already pretty good. We're going to head up, and this time we're going to go to the right around these mountains. Head down once you get beyond the peak. And you can see another little village. Again, this is Bafsk, so go ahead and enter on in. Okay, so once you've grabbed the supplies that you need from the village, go ahead and head straight down. And you're going to head down this pathway. You can turn to the left, and there is this knight that's standing here by the building. And then as you're talking to him, you're going to click Ask, and you're going to ask him about Wild Rose. And then go ahead and hit Ask about Dreadnought as well. And now the path will be open. We can go ahead and head down into the Bafsk cave and continue our way through the game. As soon as you enter into the basement floor number 1, come down and head all the way upwards. and there is this chest sitting right here waiting for you. And then once you've grabbed this chest, turn around, and we're going to go the path we need to go to continue through. You're going to get to here, and we're going to go straight down. Keep following along the pathway. From here, go down again, and just follow the path down to this chest sitting here. We can grab this next. Now, after you grab this chest, we're going to go ahead and exit out the way to the right. We'll head up to the first floor of the cave. And now when you're on this floor, there is one enemy that you're going to want to grind for. So we'll go ahead and turn encounters on and find it real quick. And that enemy is the zombie, so go ahead and take one of them out. And now, once you grab that, you're just going to want to take the pathway upwards all the way through. And we are going to head up here until you get to this soldier. Go ahead and talk to him. And once the cutscene completes, you're going to want to enter back inside of the cave. Then you're going to want to head into the door to the right. And inside this room, there is this chest here for you to grab. And now you can head to the right and step on this little warp pad thing to exit this area and go back to the city. Once you're out of that cave, make your way back to Poft here, just on the other side of those mountains. And then go ahead and enter on in. And once we're in here, we're going to have to head over into the bar and find Sid yet again. So go ahead and talk to him next. So once we're here talking to Sid, you're going to want to go ahead and ask him about the Dreadnought. And then ask him about Airship. And then after you ask him about that, come down here and hit Learn and learn Sunfire. And then, for good measure, ask him about Sunfire as well. Once you've talked to Sid and learned that password, we're going to make our way all the way back to Altair again. So obviously you have to buy the ticket, come back across, and then enter on into the city and head into the Rebel hideout. And then we're going to go speak to Hilda yet again. So head on upward. And then go ahead and talk to her. And now we can ask her about the Dreadnought. Ask her about Sunfire. And now we're going to go ahead and exit out of this area. And instead of going down, we're going to go to the right over towards the King's Chambers, which is in here. Go ahead and talk to the King. Go ahead and ask him about Sunfire. He'll mention the Goddess's Bell, so come down here, hit Learn and learn Goddess's Bell, our next password. And then, of course, you're going to want to ask him about that as well. Once that's done, we're going to return to Hilda one final time here. And we will ask her about Goddess's Bell as well. So come in here, ask Goddess's Bell. And now that we're done here, we'll go ahead and exit out, and we need to make our way back to Salamand. All right, now once we're back here at Salamand, we need to go speak to Joseph. So go ahead and enter in, head up to the right, all the way to the top right side again where this girl is hanging out. Enter on in, and Joseph is standing here in the room. Go speak to him. And then all we got to do is ask him about Goddess's Bell. With Joseph in our party, then we can come back to Semitt Falls. You have to go around the mountains again, to the left side there and take the canoe back across. But once you get here, go ahead and enter the mine. And then once you're inside, if you remember that blue crystal from earlier, go ahead and head over towards it. Joseph said that the snowcraft is behind the blue crystal off to the right, and if you go stand right here, you can pop open a secret hidden chest. And once that passageway is open, head on inside, and the chest is waiting for you here. So grab this, and before you leave, just double check, hit square to go to your map, hit triangle to come to this one, and take a look at Semitt Falls. You should be at 11 out of 11 here. And now we can keep moving on. All right, so now that we have that, we can go towards the Snow Cavern, which is the next big dungeon we're going to clear out. So exit out of here. We're going to head back the way we came across this area, and we'll hop out over here. And now you're going to want to kind of head northward to the left side of these mountains as much as you can. And then you're going to want to go ahead and enter into the snowy area. You'll automatically use the snow wheel or whatever it is. And we are going to head straight to the right. There's really nothing you can do here. I mean, there's some enemies that you can fight, but we can find them in a better area a little bit later. And now, once you get almost all the way to the right, if you look here on the mini-map, we're almost all the way to the right by these mountains. There's a cave entrance right here. This is the Snow Cavern. Go ahead and enter on inside. Now, once we're inside, we're gonna come around the corner, follow this, I guess it's a bridge, this long bridge across, and then we're gonna turn left, and up to the left corner, top left corner, is the first chest of the dungeon. Then from here, we're gonna continue following the path down, and you see there's a chest over to the right, so go ahead and grab it. And then from here, we're going to just head again down following the path. Before you head downstairs to the next level, there's one enemy we want to get in the basement number 1 here of the Snow Cavern. So let's go find him first. And on this floor, you're going to want to make sure you get the Deadhead right here. Take him out and we can keep going. And now once you make it down to basement 2, we're just going to follow the pathway to the next set of stairs and head down to basement 3. Once you hit basement 3, go ahead and head upwards here and around, and there's a chest waiting for you right here. And now after we're done with this, we're going to want to head back this way to the entrance, come down here, head up to the right, and instead of going down, we're going to want to head up, which will take us back up to basement number 2, and now we can collect more things up here. As soon as you enter the area, head downward, and then at the little fork here, obviously go right, and there's a chest waiting for you. And from this chest, head to the left, and there's yet another chest right below us. And now take the path to the left, head up here, and there is a third chest to grab as well. And then from one of the chests, you will run into this grenade enemy, which we will add directly to the bestiary as well. All right, so after you grab those chests, you're going to want to backtrack your way back to the basement floor 3. And then from here, it's pretty straightforward. You're just going to follow the path we didn't take all the way around down to basement 4. And once you're in basement 4, just head straight upwards. And there's a chest waiting for you here to the left. Then go to the right, and right here is a second chest on the floor. Then we're gonna come from here, we're gonna go straight down all the way to the bottom and grab this chest along the rock. And then from here, go directly to the right and upwards, and there is a second chest next to it. Go ahead and grab this one. From this chest, head up and ignore the door. Go head down the stairs to Snow Cavern Basement 5. And then once you hit the floor, go head down quickly, but head all the way to the left, and there's another chest in this little corner. Now from here, go ahead and go back towards this area and go down this time. You can skip this for now, head over to the left, and right here along the bottom corner is another chest. Open this one up. And from one of the chests on the floor, you will get 2 new entries. The first one being the Ghoul, and the other one being the Shadow. So make sure both of those are in your bestiary. And now from here, we are going to head over to that door that we skipped earlier. You can squeeze right through there, come into this doorway, and you got these like little, I don't know what they are. They look like little beaver looking guys. Go ahead and talk to this one all the way at the top left of the area. And then go ahead and ask about the goddess's bell. And once you talk to him with the secret passage now open, head over to the right and sneak your way through it. And we are here in Snow Cavern Basement 6. And then once you get into this, once you get onto this floor, you're going to head over to the right and just kind of follow along the path. The path will eventually, if we keep going, will eventually wind its way all the way down here. As you can see, there's a boss waiting for us. Make sure that you grab this chest real quick. And after you've got that chest, you can double check, make sure you've got all of them, 13 out of 13. And before we fight the boss, there are 2 enemies that we need to farm for here. So let's go ahead and farm those up before the boss fight begins. Alright, so the first one that you're going to want to get is the snowman. And you're going to want the icicle as well. So make sure you've got both of these enemies before we move on. And now that we're ready to go, we've got all of the chests, all of the bestiary stuff. Go ahead and interact with this guy here for a boss fight. And in the fight, you will get the adamantoise, and we'll add that to our bestiary. And with boss defeated, go ahead and interact with this bell right here. And then you're going to want to head up the stairs in through this door. And we're going to head out the same way that we came in. But if you see, we're blocked on our path now. We've got boss fight number 2 of the area, so go ahead, heal up, save, and get to work on the next boss. And in this fight, you will get Borgin added to the bestiary. Alright, once you're back in the overworld, we are going to head all the way back to Poft here. If you obviously don't remember, it's the one by the ocean where you can order the ship. Now we are getting ready to go to another new dungeon, so of course make sure you heal up and all that good stuff. But we are going to enter Poft, and we're going to head over into the bar and go talk to Sid real quick. And Sid, we will go and ask him about... Oh, sorry, not Sid. We need to ask this guy, the airman. Next to him, go ahead and select yes. And we are going to pick Kashuan this time. So go ahead and do that, and he will fly us on over. We just got to exit out here after you've purchased that. And climb on into the airship, and you'll fly on over to Kashuan. And once you land, you will be right outside of the castle, so go ahead, head on inside to Kashuan Keep, the next location on our list. Now, as soon as you enter, you're going to just head forward around the fire up to this front door. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down to key items and use Goddess's Bell. And then once the door is open, go ahead and head inside. Follow the pathway and talk to this guy real quick. And now once you've got Gordon in the party, we're going to go ahead, go to the right and down these stairs. And then in this next section, just head down to the right. And here is a chest for us to grab. And now from the chest, we're going to run around the outside here. Ignore this door and go all the way down to this staircase. And this is going to bring us to the next stairs, but I do want to stop here and talk about one enemy that we need to grab. So specifically on Kashuan Keep level 1, there is an enemy that you can get called the Goblin Prince. Now this is the only place in the game the Goblin Prince actually spawns, and it has a relatively low encounter rate. It's, I want to say, roughly around 1 in 20 encounters. So you don't have to stop here and grind it to find one. You can come back later, but if you're following along, I would just stop here, you know, take a little bit of time, grind out some encounters, and I will go ahead and do that as well. And I'll show you the Goblin Prince when I get into contact with one. Alright, so I think this took me 8 encounters total. right around that number. So it wasn't too bad. Hopefully you get it relatively quickly, but there is the Goblin Prince. Go ahead and take them out and we can keep going. And now here on the second floor, we're gonna go ahead and go down immediately when you can. Go to the right and then up. And there is a chest waiting for you all the way at the top here. Grab that. And then we're just gonna follow the path to the left and down. And eventually you'll reach the staircase here. Go ahead and do that and we'll be on the third floor. And now you'll want to head up and to the left. Go down, and here you're going to want to go over one and go down. Don't go too far to the right quite yet, so you're going to go over just one, go down, and then back to the left to grab this chest here. And from the chest on this floor, you are going to get the were-rat added to your bestiary, so go ahead and take these guys out. And once you've got this chest, go ahead back through the same way that you came in. Now you can go to the right, go down, and follow this path all the way up to the top and go up these stairs here. And now, once you're on the fourth floor, we're going to go left and go down immediately. And then you're going to turn left here, and you'll see there are two doors. You got one on the right, one on the left. Go through the left side door, and inside you've got 3 chests to grab. So grab all 3. And now we're going to go ahead and exit out of the room once you're done with that. Go left, go up, and left again, then down. And here's the staircase up to the 5th floor. And then from the staircase, you're just going to head up to the right. And the first way down, go ahead and take it. And there is this chest for you to grab right here in the middle of the room. And then from this chest, we're going to go to the right and up into the top right corner of the map here. Enter in this room, and you've got another 3 chests to grab in here. And then once the chests are unlocked, exit out of the room. And now we're going to go down. Before you get to the door, turn to the left and follow it all the way across this way. And here is the way down, but there are some enemies we need to farm here on the 5th floor, so let's do that as well. And now the first of the enemies that we're going to need are these ogres right here, or one of the ogres anyway. Subsequently, we're also going to want to find one of these ogre mages as well, so find one of these too. And from one of the chests on this floor, we're also going to go ahead and add, first off, the balloon right here, these green ones. And additionally, we will add the mine to the bestiary as well. And then once you take the stairs back down to floor 4, we'll go ahead and enter this room. And you've got the boss of the keep to fight right here, so go ahead and do that. And in the fight, you will add the red soul to your bestiary as well. And with boss defeated, go ahead and grab the final chest of the area. And before you go, just double check to make sure that you've got 11 out of 11 chests. But assuming that you do, go ahead and teleport on out of the dungeon. And then once you're inside, you're just going to head straight on to the flame. Go ahead and use the key item, the torch that we just got. And we'll go ahead and exit out of the area. All right, so after a short little cutscene, you'll be back here in the overworld. And now we have another location to head to. It's really close by. All you got to do is head straight down, and you will see this little patch of forest. Go ahead and enter this to get the Chocobo Forest. And now the Chocobo Forest is one of the only missable areas in this game during our run, so we can mark that one off the list, which is nice. But the other cool part about this forest, of course, is coming into contact with a Chocobo for the first time in a Final Fantasy game, which is pretty sweet. And you can go up here and talk to him, and he will let you ride him around the overworld. He's much faster than you are while walking, so pretty fun. And we're going to go ahead and take this Chocobo back to civilization. And the really nice part about the Chocobo as well, for any of you purists who are playing without turning encounters off, is that he doesn't, you won't encounter any enemies while riding the chocobo, which allows you to free roam the map without worrying about encounters, which is kind of nice. And we're actually going to use that to run all the way back to Altair. We don't even need to take the ship. We don't have to pay to go take that ship, so you're just going to want to run down this way, head all the way back round the mountains, and just head northward. You'll want to avoid these mountains here, and eventually you will reach Basque. And then from here, you're just going to want to run around the mountains, head south, and this is... what is the name of this place? Why am I blanking on it? Poft. This is Poft here. And normally you would have to take the ship from Poft down to Paloom. We don't even need to do that now. We can just run straight down this way. Avoid the mountains here. So we avoid having to pay some cash, and we get to keep the chocobo as well. And then from here, unfortunately, we are going to go ahead and say goodbye to our chocobo. So disembark. He will head all the way back home, and we can go ahead and canoe over to Altair. So there you go, a little bit of a chocobo introduction. Pretty fun. Anyway, let's go ahead into Altair because we've got some stuff to do. And then once we're in Altair, you obviously go ahead and heal up or whatever, grab some supplies, head inside this way, and we're going to head up the stairs to the right and into the king's room again, and we're going to go speak to Minwu real quick. Now that we know that the princess and Sid likely were captured by the Dreadnought, it's time to go confront the thing ourselves. And we're going to take a pretty cool path to get there. Whoops. So from Altair, we're going to head up to the left the same way we went towards this little town up here. Can't remember the name of it for some reason. But you can, now that we have the canoe, you don't have to go, across the bridges and things. You can stop by if you want. You can, of course, row over to here, do whatever you like. But from this area, we are going to head up to the left, and we're going to follow this pathway all the way up, cross a little river here, and we're going to keep going until we get to the other side of the map. So this top left portion of the map is going to flip, or not flip, but it's going to connect us up to the top right portion of the map, which is then going to connect us to the bottom right portion of the map, as you can see. And if you keep walking, we will make it to the Dreadnought. So this is our next area, but we are going to stop just outside of the Dreadnought real quick because we have an enemy to farm. And now, just one enemy for us to find outside of the Dreadnought here. Let's go hunting real quick. So the enemy you're going to want to find outside of the Dreadnought here is the Furus Rakos. Make sure you grab one of these guys before you head into the Dreadnought. All right, with enemy defeated, go ahead and enter, and we can add the Dreadnought to our location list. All right, so here we are on the first floor of the Dreadnought. We are going to head up, and we're going to speak to this guard here. And the guard is going to want our pass, so make sure you show this to him. And now we're going to head to the right. Now, I would highly recommend you do not talk to any of these soldiers, as they are very, very high-level enemies right now. They don't even get added to your bestiary, which kind of sucks. So, unless you want a really tough fight, I would avoid talking to the soldiers wherever you can. We're going to head over this way and down the stairs. All right, now as we're getting ready to grab the first chest of the Dreadnought, I'm going to just say that it is very important that you get all 10 chests in this area before you defeat it and you leave, because you cannot get back inside the Dreadnought after it is done. If you leave any chests behind without grabbing them, they are going to be completely missable for the rest of the game, and you'll have to restart another playthrough. So with that said, let's make sure we grab all of them here while we're here. So when you come down the stairs, you'll see a chest over in this room. You can't get to it from down here. There's these bars, but if you kind of get level with the chest, you can actually walk right underneath here. I guess it's an archway or whatever. Go ahead and grab the chest. And once you grab that chest, you're going to get 2 more guys for your bestiary. It is going to be, first one, number 1, is the soldier right here, these golden armored guys. And we will also add the magician to our bestiary as well. So take these guys out, and that's 2 more down. All right, so once we've grabbed this chest, we're going to exit out the same way that we came in and go up the stairs yet again. And then we're going to exit out here, go up these stairs, turn to the left, and there's a chest sitting here waiting for us, so go ahead and grab this. And after we grab this, you can ignore this door and head all the way across to the right, head down to the right here, down these stairs and up, and then you will be able to enter this door, which will lead you to a staircase, and you can head on down. And now once you're in here, go down this way. Once you get to this split, turn to the right and follow this path all the way here to find a couple of chests sitting here to grab. Now with those grabbed, go back to that same split, and this time go left. Then you're going to go left immediately and down, and there's a chest right here to grab. And then we're going to head back up. This time go down at that intersection, and then we're going to go left to grab this chest. All right, once you have got this chest, we're going to head over here, and you can interact with these bars on the cell. And now we can go ahead and talk to both Hilda and Sid here. And after you talk to them, they will go ahead and leave the Dreadnought, which is what we want. And we are going to backtrack all the way back to the stairs here to go back to the previous floor. Then go out the door here. And now we're going to follow this path, and instead of coming to the right this time, we're going to go down and follow this one all the way down. And here is another staircase to take, so do that. And then this floor is pretty straightforward. Just go down and around all the way through until you get to this door, enter inside, and take the staircase. And now another pretty straightforward area. We're going to head down this way. If you come around the corner, you can head up this way. This is where we're going to go in just a moment. If you ignore this staircase for now and go to the right, and all the way in this back sort of top side area is 4 chests for you to grab, so go ahead and open each one. And from one of the chests, you are going to add this big boy here, the Hilgigus, to your bestiary. So take him out, and we can keep going. And before you move on, double check to make sure, hit square and then triangle, to make sure you've got all 10 chests in the Dreadnought. Again, if you don't, then you may, or you will, have to restart a new game if you end the area here. So make sure you've got 10 out of 10, and then we can keep going. Now, once you've got the chests unlocked, go ahead and head back to this area that we skipped. You can head downstairs and go through the door. All right, once you head down the stairs, it's a little bit of almost like a puzzle area, just because there are so many guards blocking pathways. That's a little bit of a maze. So what we're going to do is we're going to head to the right and up, go left, and then here you're going to want to head to the right and down. Keep going. You'll have to go all the way across. Well, not all the way, but almost all the way. Come up here, head to the right, up this way, all the way to the top. Cross by that guard, head down, then right, down, left, and you'll be here in front of the door. Now, before you go in this door, we've got 2 enemies we need to farm on this level, so hopefully you've got them while you were running here. If not, let's get these guys. Make sure you get these enemies before you move on, because you don't want to miss them. You want to add them to your bestiary so you don't have to come back later and do it again later. And the first of these enemies is the Hell Diver. Find one of these birds. And the other enemy you're going to want to find on the 5th floor here is the Were Panther. So grab one of these and add them to your bestiary. And now with that done, go ahead, enter into this door. and you'll be in the engine room. This is the point of no return. Make sure you have the chest grabbed, the bestiary filled out, and then head up to this flashing engine thing. Interact with it. Go ahead to key items, and then over to Sunfire to use it, and we will be done the Dreadnought. All right, so after a cutscene, you will be right out in front of Altair, and we're going to go ahead and enter on inside. Of course, go ahead and enter the Rebel hideout, and we are going to go speak with the king in his quarters here. And now after the cutscene, you'll come out and head into the throne room here, and we're going to go ahead and talk to Gordon sitting on the throne. And he will mention the Dragoons. Go ahead and click Learn about the Dragoons. And then after you learn that, you can go ahead and ask him about them. And he will mention the Wyverns. Go ahead and hit Learn on the Wyverns as well. And then you can ask him about the Wyverns additionally. And after you finish speaking with Gordon, he will task you to go to Paloom to acquire a ship, which is exactly what we're going to do. So go ahead and exit out Altair, cross the bridge or across the river here. Then, of course, we're going to just head over across the lake. And now we can head inside. And now inside, go ahead and talk to this pirate lady right here to acquire about a ship. And then after you talk to her, you can go ahead and exit out of the area. The ship will be out this way. Go ahead and walk over to it. And then during the journey, you will have an encounter with some pirates. So we can go ahead and add the pirate to our bestiary. And after the encounter with the pirates is done, you will now have a ship that you can use and will no longer need to rent out from various people. So once you have the ship, we need to head to the next area, which is Castle Deist. And we are going to start here. If you look on the mini-map, we have to go to the right to kind of get out of this area. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And then we are going to go straight down. And we'll wrap around the bottom of the world like we did earlier on the land over there. Kind of head off to the right a little bit as well while you're doing this. And then once you're on the other side of the map here towards the top side there on the mini-map, we're going to head down to this island. And this little island is where we need to land. And unlike Final Fantasy 1, you actually don't need a dock to get out of the boat. So what I would recommend, probably the easiest, is to just swing around the side here and land over here. And then you can get out, and the castle is right here. We're going to head there in just a moment. I do want to make sure we grab 3 enemies from the sea before we move on. So make sure you have these enemies before you exit the ship to go towards the castle. And the first guy that we're going to need here is this killer fish. Make sure you get one of these. Next up, we need the buccaneer. Grab one of these. And the final enemy that we need is the sea snake. So grab one of these. And with those 3 beasties add to the bestiary, go ahead and land the boat, like I said, and you can come over to the castle and get Castle Deist added to our location list. All right, as soon as we arrive, go ahead and speak to the child right here. And then you're just going to follow him up and speak to him again. And then head up the stairs. And then here on the second floor, go ahead and grab the chest right here to the left. And now from this chest, we're going to go all the way to the right and take the stairs back down to the first floor. And as soon as we hit the floor down here, we're going to go down all the way to the left and then down again. And there is another chest in this room. And then after you grab this, we're going to head back up the way, and there will be 2 doors right here. Go ahead and take the door on the left, And inside, you've got 3 chests to grab. And we're going to head back towards the stairs that we just came from. Instead of going up the stairs, we're going to turn to the left all the way down here. There's another door that we want to enter. And this room has 8 total chests in it, so go ahead and grab each one of these. And now we can exit the room and head back towards the staircase again. And this time we'll go back up to the 2nd floor. And now from here, we're going to go straight down as far as you can, to the left, down again, and to the left again, and take these stairs down. And this has the final chest in it. Go ahead and grab this one as well. Before we go ahead and double check to make sure you've got 14 of 14. Assuming you do, go ahead and go back up the stairs. And now we're going to backtrack a little bit to where we just were. But instead of going all the way up, we're going to turn to the left, and we're going to speak to this woman right here. This would be another place where you could learn the Wyvern password if you haven't already from the mother. But you can go ahead and ask her about the various stuff if you want to. All right, after you talk to the mother, go ahead back to the overworld. And now we are going to head up from the castle through this little pathway up here. And there's a cavern that we can go ahead and enter. Add the Deist Cavern to our location log. Now, as soon as you enter, go ahead to the right and immediately grab this chest. And then from the chest, we're going to go up this pathway here until you get to the stairs. Head down to basement 2, and then all you got to do is interact with this thing here to get the pendant, which we need. Now, with the egg in tow, we're just going to go ahead and exit the cavern the same way that we came in. And we are going to head back down to Deist. So go ahead and enter on inside. Once you're inside, head straight north, up the stairs. And then up here, go ahead and turn the corner. We're going to enter the room next to the mother and her son. And inside, we can now speak to this wyvern now that we have the pendant. And then all we got to do is ask about the dragoons. And then ask about the wyverns as well. And now that we have that egg in tow, go ahead and exit out of the castle, head back up to the cavern. And now we can really start our exploration of this area. So go ahead and head inside. All right, so once we're back in the cavern, we are going to head down and to the left first through this staircase. And then from here, we're going to head right and then go down through this little gap, and there is this treasure right here. And now we're going to go out the same way that we just came in, so go up the staircase. And then we're going to be here on the first floor, and we're going to go to the right. There's another staircase, but before we go down this staircase, let's go ahead. There is one enemy that we need to grab here on the basement floor 1. So go ahead and farm it up if you haven't done so already. All right, so the enemy that we want to find here on basement 1 is this guy, the stalactite. So go ahead and find him, and then we can keep going. Now, once we're back on basement floor 2, head all the way up, and we are going to go left here, continue going left, and there is this chest. And now we're going to go back this way. We're going to go down and to the right here, and there is another chest to grab right here. And now from here, we're going to just head downward back at that split and go down these stairs. And now here on basement number 3, you're going to go north to start, and we're going to kind of run around the rock formation here and go ahead and grab this chest. And then from here, continue running around, and we are going to grab the chest on the far side. And now we want to go all the way back to the stairs that we came down on. So come back to the bridge and go up the stairs here. And then you're going to go up, follow the path to the left and down, and there is another chest right here. And from here, we're just going to go straight upwards and run all the way around and down. And there was one enemy in this area that we needed to grab, so I'll show you that, but go ahead and go down the stairs. And in one of the chests here on floor B2, you are going to find the green soul. So add him to your bestiary. And then once you're here, go and snag this chest off to the right. Make sure you don't try to cross this bridge yet. I'll explain that in just a moment. But go ahead and grab this chest real quick. And the reason why we didn't want to walk over the bridge is because that will take us to the next floor. It'll take us to floor 4. But there is an enemy we need to farm here on floor 3. So let's go ahead and find one. And here he is, the yellow soul. Make sure you add this guy to your collection as well. And now with that out of the way, go ahead and cross the bridge. And you can see we fall down to floor 4. All right, so from here, we're going to go to the right and up. Instead of heading to the right continually, we're going to go up and to the left. And there is a staircase here for us to go up. And then all you got to do when you're here on floor 5 is to run around the outside. And if you get to the end of the pathway here, you can see there's a chest down here, but there are also 3 chests up above, so go ahead and open up all 4. And now, with those chests grabbed, we have a little bit of running to do to get to the next area we need to go. So from here, we're just going to head back the same way that we came. Go ahead up these stairs. And then we're going to head this way. And this time we're going to go to the right and take these stairs here. Then we just follow the straight path through here. Then we go left and continue going left until we hit these stairs. And now we go right. Take these stairs down. And then from here, we're going to run up and around. And we are eventually going to hit this the split in the area. And we're going to go to the left, but then we're going to stay upwards. Go take the topmost path and follow it all the way down to these stairs. So now we're back here at B3. Now you're going to want to go back this way, ignore the bridge this time, and keep going north. Go across this bridge, then to the right, and all the way around until you get to these stairs. Take these. And then from here, we're going to go northward and all the way to the left. And there is the final chest of the cavern. Go ahead and grab this guy. And just to double check, that should be all 13 that we need. Square and then triangle. And make sure you are at 13 out of 13. If you are, head down and go down these stairs into basement number 5. Now, before we do anything else, we've got 2 enemies on this basement floor 5 to encounter. So I will go ahead and show you those. And the first one that we're going to want is this ogre chief right here. Make sure you take out one of these at least. And the other enemy we need is this gigantoad. Make sure you find one here, and that will wrap things up for the random encounters on basement 5. And then once we have those couple of enemies done, go ahead and head to the right. And we've got 4 doors to pick from. We are going to head through door number 3. And you can see our boss fight is waiting. Interact with him, and good luck with the fight. And you will get the Chimera added to your bestiary here in the boss fight. And with the boss taken out, head over to the pool, go to key items, and drop in the Wyvern egg. And with that done, we can go ahead and leave, either walk all the way out, or as before, go ahead and use your teleport, and you'll be teleported to the service. All right, so now that we're in the overworld, we're going to make our way towards our ship, but we are going to take a pit stop here at the castle. And we're just going to run forward like before, up this way. Head over to the right and down and speak to the mother. And with that, head back to your ship. And we are going to go all the way back to Altair. So I will meet you on over there. All right, here we are. If you don't remember where Altair is, you can see on the map. You just kind of have to come up from the bottom like we left earlier. So go ahead and exit out. Head on inside. So now that we're here in Altair, I would highly recommend that you go ahead and rest up real quick. After you do that, let's head into the hideout. And we can go forward and to the right to go check on Hilda. We're not going to go into the king's room. We're going to go down into this room just below it. So go ahead and enter inside and speak to Hilda. And we will go ahead and add the Lamia Queen to our bestiary as well. All right, so now we are getting ready to head to the next area we need to visit. We are going to head to the Coliseum, but we're going to make a stop along the way for a couple of enemies. So go ahead and exit Altair when you are done. Hop on the ship, and we're going to go out the same way that we did last time. Really the only way you can get out of this area. So head down here. Whoops. Head down here. Around this. And then we're going to tuck ourselves in this little corner here. If you just keep following the coast, you can just kind of come down here and hop out. And now we're going to head into this desert. This is the Palamecia desert. And there are a couple of enemies that we want to farm up here in the desert. So let's go ahead and do that. So the first guy that we are going to want to find is this antlion. Go ahead and take this dude out. And the second of two enemies we want to find in the desert is the Landray. So once you've got both of those, then we can move on. All right, once you've got those two enemies, we're going to head to the Coliseum. So from here, we're just going to go straight up to the right. Kind of follow along the mountains. And you'll find this little forest with the Coliseum here. Go ahead and enter on inside. So once you're in here, I would recommend healing up, going ahead and saving your progress. And we're going to run all the way up. And as soon as you approach the Emperor, you will be locked in to a boss fight. So go ahead and knock this out. And in the fight, we will add the Behemoth to our bestiary. All right, so after you regain control, you're going to head down here and interact with this gate. And once you're free, you can go ahead and run all the way to the right and then up. And there is a chest here to grab. All right, once you've got this chest, we're going to backtrack back to our cell. From here, we're going to go north just a bit and then turn right through this gap. You can ignore this door, but you're going to want to go to this door on the right. So enter on inside, and here are the last three chests of the Coliseum. That will give you 4 out of 4. And then we're going to exit out of this room. We're going to go back a ways, head up, and then go to the right to find this little area. Enter inside, and you'll head up to the next floor, but you'll also have gotten some bestiary from the chests in basement 2, so I'll show those now. And from one of the chests on this floor, we get to add 3 different enemies to our bestiary, first being the stalagmite. The next in order would be the dual heads. And then finally, the dual deads. So all 3 of these guys get added to our bestiary, and we can keep going. So now, once you're up here on the basement floor 1, we are going to want to grab one enemy. There's an enemy we want to farm up here, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, so the first of the enemies that we want to find are these parasites here, or a parasite, so go ahead, grab one of these. And now once you've got the parasite, we're going to go ahead and run all the way around here. You can see Hilda in that cage right there. So we are going to just head up this way, in here, cut across, and open this up. And now all we need to do is just make our way out of the dungeon. Pretty straightforward. You just head towards the stairs. Over this way. And then you just take the straightforward path from here down and out. All right, so after you are out of the dungeon, head back to your ship and head all the way across back to Altair. We're going to make a quick pit stop here before we go to our next location. Obviously, you can go ahead and heal up and everything here. Now, once you're healed up and you got everything that you need, come over here and speak to this guy, and he'll tell you where to go next. And we're going to do exactly as he says. There is a camp we are going to go to grab for another location, so let's head there now. And to get to it, we're just going to head north this way, kind of like we were heading to Gatria earlier. Then you're going to come up here, avoid the little house, and you'll see a tent has popped up right here. Make sure you enter this. This is a missable area. So make sure you enter the camp, and we will add it to our list. So exit the encampment, and we are going to head straight north to the Castle Fynn. We haven't visited the castle yet. You've been inside Fynn, but we haven't been inside the castle. So go ahead and head inside, and we can start clearing this place out. So as soon as you get inside the castle, head straight on north. Talk to Layla here, and she'll rejoin your party. And then before you take any staircases, go to the right up here, head back this way, and there's a couple of chests here for you to grab. Okay, we're going to head back the way we came, head over to the left this time, and then head up, pretty much the same deal. And there's another chest back here as well. All right, so from this chest, we're going to go back again the way that we came. And now instead of turning right, we're going to turn left and head all the way down. And there is this staircase we can take to the second floor. Now go up into the third floor. And once you get up here, you're going to turn to the right immediately, head all the way down, go up and through this doorway, and you'll find a trio of chests inside. So after you grab those 3 chests, just backtrack back to the entrance from where you were, and you can go up the stairs now where Layla was blocking earlier. And then from here, we're going to go immediately to the left, and you'll find a chest right here to open up, so grab this one. And then from this chest, we're actually going to go down a room, and if you head into the left wall, you can see it's actually a hidden little crawl space back here. Run to the back side, and you can grab a chest in this area as well. And now we're going to exit back the same way we came. This time we're going to go to the right, and there's another chest here waiting for us. Grab this one. And now once you have that chest, there's actually a hidden wall on this side as well, but it's right next to the chest instead of going down. And now you can head down this way, and there's a chest waiting for you in the bottom right corner. Grab this one. And with this chest grabbed, go ahead and go back towards the main entrance. And before we go upstairs, we did get some enemies for our bestiary, so I'll go ahead and list those now. So from one of the chests on floor 2, you will have gotten 4 different bestiaries that we can add. The first one we're going to start with is the Stunner here, the little rat guy. The next on the list is the Ghast. And then we've got the Revenant is next. And finally, we added the Wraith as well. So you should get all 4 of these from the same chest in the second floor. And from a different chest, you are going to find the Sorcerer. So go ahead and take one of these guys out, and that will round out the second floor bestiary. All right, so from the third floor, we're just going to head instantly up to the fourth. And now go ahead and head straight up. And before you interact with this guy, go ahead, heal up, save, whatever you need to do, and we can go ahead and fight the boss. And in this fight, we will add Gatos to our bestiary. So add him, and let's keep going. All right, once the boss is defeated, you will see you have Hilda and Gordon here to talk to. We're going to go ahead and speak to Hilda first. So immediately she'll mention Mysidia. Go ahead and learn that. After you learn that, go ahead and ask her about it. She will mention the 2 masks. Go ahead and learn mask. Then again, ask her this time about the mask. And then she'll mention the Ekmet Telois. Go ahead and learn that. And then go ahead and ask her about it as well. And you can, of course, go ahead and ask her about anything else you want in here. And once you're done, go ahead and talk to Gordon. He'll mention Mysidia as well. We've already learned about it, but we can go ahead and ask him. And then he will mention the Ultima Tome, so we're going to want to make sure we learn this here as well. All right, so go ahead and exit out of the area or out of the castle, and now we're going to enter Fynn itself. And then once you're in the town, now if you remember, the stores and stuff were closed. Now you can go shopping here if you'd like. But whatever you do, after you're done, come over this way and head down and into this little house right here. And we can find a man named Paul that we can go ahead and speak with. Now go ahead and we are going to want to ask him about Ekmet Telois. All right, so after you speak with Paul, he's going to tell you about a secret passage that we can unlock here in the castle. So head back up to the top floor of Castle Fynn, and then from here we're going to go to the right, and in this corner right here, you'll get a little exclamation mark bubble. Go ahead and ask it about the spell, and boom, we've got a secret passage that we can enter. Go ahead and head down the stairs. Keep going. And eventually you're going to make it to the first floor. And now we've got a little bit of trickery with some hidden walls here in this section. So you're going to want to head down 3 tiles and turn right. And you'll exit out this way. Now come down. It's not this one, but the next one here that you can re-enter and head on down. And once this guy gets out of our way, we can head into this area, and we've got 3 chests in here to grab. And now with the chests open, go ahead and exit out and head back the same way we came. Exit in there and then in through here. And we're going to go down the stairs here to the basement floor 1. Immediately coming down the stairs, head down and to the right. And there is a chest right here for you to grab. And now from here, we're going to head back the way we came, go up, again towards the staircase, but now we're going to go left, up, and then turn the corner here, and there's a chest waiting for you in the top left. And then go right, and you're going to want to go down here and to the sort of bottom right, and you'll find a 3rd chest on the floor. And now we're just going to go back, head up to the right, and go down these stairs to basement 2. And then we're going to head out and to the right, and then go up. And there is chest 100 sitting here waiting for you. Now from this chest, go to the left all the way and down, and you'll find another one here. And now we're going to head back up, go to the right, up again, and then in the upper left corner of the area is a 3rd chest. And that's it for chests on this floor. We're going to head to the exit by going down to the right at this intersection, up, and here are the stairs. Now, before we go down these stairs, we have 2 enemies that I want to farm up here on basement number 2. The first one is this guy here, the Changer. Make sure you find one of these. And the second is the Brain guy right here, so make sure you find one of these dudes as well. All right, once you head down to basement floor 3, you're going to go straight down as much as you can, then turn to the right, and there is a chest right here. Now come to the left, continue left as far as you can. Down in the bottom left corner is another chest. And from the bottom left corner, we are going to go to the top left corner, all the way around here. Grab this chest as well. And now from this chest, we can turn around and go down. These will be the stairs we want to take, but there's one enemy we need to grab on this floor as well, so let's find that one. And here we are. Go ahead and take out the Killer Mantis for yet another bestiary entry. All right, so here on basement floor 4, we're going to exit and go upwards, turn to the right, and then stay towards the top for a chest. All right, then from here, we're going to head down at that intersection to the right and then up instead of all the way to the right. We're not going to get that chest next. We're going to get this one right up here. And once we have this chest, head back down, and now we'll go ahead and grab this one here in this corner. And then we'll head down to the staircase, but we did add an enemy to our bestiary as well, so let's look at that one. And in one of the chests here on basement floor 4, we will add the Spectre to our bestiary, so that is yet another one in the book. All right, so here on basement 5, we're going to exit the staircase, turn right, and run all the way down. Then we're going to go up and go to the left, and there's a chest right here. Now, I would recommend that you heal yourself up, make a quick save right here, as we are about to fight a new monster, and you just don't want to die to him. So inside that chest, you've got the Rios that we are going to add to the bestiary as well. And now we are going to want to head out of the area. So from here, there's a bunch of doors. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Enter the 5th door here. And you've got stairs that we can take right up to this mask, or to the chest that has the mask in it that we're looking for. So go ahead and open her up. And with that, go and double check. Make sure you've got 27 out of 27 chests. Assuming that you do, head north and you can teleport out of the area just like that. All right, with Castle Fynn liberated, head back to Altair and hop in the boat. And now we can head to the next new area. We are going to come down this way and split through this gap here between the land masses. And then you're just going to follow the coast until you're pretty much below the mountain range, and you can get out here. Now, just a quick, brief little warning. If you are playing with encounters on, I would just be very careful in this area. The enemies can be a real pain. Just, obviously stay healed up, save your game every now and then, and you should be fine. It's not a terribly long walk, but one bad encounter can send you all the way back. But anyway, so from here, we're going to walk down until you hit the mountain range, and then we're going to follow the mountains down to the left, and eventually we'll see this small little village, and we can enter into Mysidia for our next location. All right, and once you enter Mysidia, there's a whole bunch of shops and things to visit to get some new armor, weapons, whatever you like. Specifically, that spell shop, by the way, has a whole bunch of tomes in there if you are missing something or you want an extra one. They've got, I think, 5 different shops. They all sell different stuff, so pretty interesting to go check that out. But whenever you're done buying stuff up, go ahead and head down, around this building, and in this sort of the bottom left corner of the area, enter this building here. And then once you're inside, you're going to come over to this bookshelf. You're going to interact with it, and you're going to ask it a couple of questions, the first one being the mask. And then you're also going to ask about the Ultima Tome as well. And that's really all you have to ask about here. You can ask about all of the other stuff if you want to hear some more lore and things. But either way, let's keep going if you're done. And once you're done inside, head out and go to the right, and there are this set of stairs here. So take this down, and then we are going to run all the way around to this statue, interact with the statue, and you are going to come down to key items and use the white mask on it. And once that's done, we can go ahead and leave and head towards the next dungeon area in Tropical Island. So let's go do that. All right, with information gathered, we are going to head back to our ship, and we are going to take off around the outside of the area. We're going to exit out the same way that we've done so numerous times now, all the way down this way. And now, if you look, there's a little island, a speck of an island right in the middle of the ocean here where we're headed. You can see it there on the map. We're headed right for it. So go ahead and land right here on the island on the other side. And this is the Tropical Island location. Go ahead and head in. All right, now as soon as you enter the area, go ahead and head all the way down to the very bottom and grab this chest here. And now from here, we're gonna go up, and there's a little pathway up this way. We're gonna ignore this chest for now and go all the way up to this one here. And then we're gonna head down and turn the corner to this chest. All right, now head back out and come down here and head to the left to continue on, and we are going to go south first to come over here and grab this chest. Now once you have this one, we're going to go back the exact way we came. Don't make the mistake of going up here. Stay this way, continue around, and then we're going to turn the corner, do like a big U, and come down to the bottom left corner to grab this chest. And then from here, we're going to head up and continue going up as much as we can, turn the corner, and at the end of this path is a stairway down. Before you go, we have one enemy we need to make sure we grab from Tropical Island Basement 1, so let's farm that guy up. And that enemy here is the red moose, so make sure you take out one of these. All right, here on the basement floor 2, we're going to head down and around all the way up to the very top, and in the top left corner amongst all these like vines or whatever they are, go ahead and grab the chest here. And then after you grab this chest, we're actually going to go straight south and take this staircase real quick. And you're going to be here on basement floor 3. Now come down, and there's a chest waiting for you along the path. Grab this one. And while we're here, we might as well go ahead and farm an enemy. There are other opportunities where you'll be on the basement floor 3 to grab this guy. You may have already gotten him anyway. But anyway, I'm just going to stop here. Let's grab him while we're here, and then we can keep going. And the guy that we need on this basement floor 3 is the yellow jelly. You probably already got him when you were hunting for the red moose. But either way, go ahead and take him out, and we can keep going. All right, so after you find the enemy we're looking for, go ahead to the basement floor 4, and this room is pretty straightforward. We're just going to take it to this staircase here. And then once you head up the stairs there, you will actually be on the first floor of the Tropical Island, and it's just kind of like a weird little shop area. If you look for these people with the green masks, you can actually open up their shop and shop in here for whatever reason. They're not really that great. The shops in Mysidia were better. But if you want to buy something, you can. I just added it in that guide because I genuinely have no idea if this counts as a location. I don't believe it does, but better safe than sorry. And hey, you get to see more of the game. So anyway, whenever you're done, we're going to head back down the stairs and keep going. So go ahead and follow those straight paths to get back to basement 2. You'll see that's the chest that we opened earlier. So from here, we're going to go towards the right, and there's a chest waiting for us in this top corner. And then from here, we're going to run straight down, and kind of stick to the right to find this one in the bottom right corner. And then we're going to head upwards and around to this chest over to the left. Now keep following the pathway here, and we are going to make a stop for this chest down in this corner. And now we can head towards the staircase by going up and around and walk down here to Tropical Island Basement 3. So from here, you want to go straight down and grab the chest down here first. And now we're just going to follow the path to the next set of stairs. Nothing else we can do here for now. So go ahead down the stairs. And then from here, we're going to go down again. This time, go around the rocks and take this staircase. And then we're going to follow the path to this chest here on the B3 floor as well. All right, so head back down towards the stairs, take these yet again. And then we're going to go straight right and take these stairs upwards. Then we're going to move through this section, keep going, taking these stairs down. And now we're going to keep going, finally hitting the 5th floor, the basement 5, down this way. And we're going to follow this path all the way around to a trio of chests for you to open here. Make sure you grab all 3. And from one of the chests, we are going to add 2 new members to the bestiary. First things first, the Wild Horn here, this rhino-looking guy. And we will also add his neighbor, the Poison Toad, as well. So both of these guys get added. Okay, so after you grab those 3 chests, you're going to backtrack through 3 different staircases until you're back here on basement 4. And now what we want to do is we want to head out and up. And there is another treasure chest on this floor that we haven't grabbed. It's pretty much straight to the top. And right here, tucked in this corner, go ahead and grab this guy. And now from here, we're going to actually go to the left and take these stairs down to the 5th floor. And there's a chest sitting for us right here. Grab this guy. And from here, we're going to head up, back up the stairs, around and to the right, staying up high here, taking these stairs down to basement 5. And as soon as you come in, you will see a chest here to grab as well. And now we are going to head to the left part of the room, enter in through this doorway, and you've got yourself the boss fight of the Tropical Island. And you will go ahead and add the Bighorn to your bestiary if it's not added already, so there you go. And after the enemies are taken out, go ahead and grab the final chest of the dungeon as well. And as always, let's go ahead and double check, square, and then triangle. We are at 20 out of 20 on Tropical Island, so we can head up north and take this out back to the overworld. All right, once you're done in the cave, go ahead and hop in your ship, and we are going to go back to where we landed for Mysidia earlier, so I'll meet you over there. All right, so here we are. Just in case you forgot, we're kind of right on the northern shore of that southern continent right here. If you need to, go ahead and stop by Mysidia to heal or what have you. Grab some supplies, whatever. But from the ship, we need to go down to these mountains, but this time we're going to go around to the other side. Like so. And if you walk into this clearing and go down, there's another little chunk of mountains with an entrance at the base of them. This is the Cave of Mysidia, and it is our next goal. So let's go ahead and head on inside and start clearing her out. All right, so here we are on basement floor 1. As soon as you enter, head to the left, up this way, and dash across here. Come down, and there's a chest waiting for you here, first of the area. All right, after you grab this chest, we're going to go back the way we came up these stairs, and then we're going to go south here, and you'll get to this 4-way intersection. All you got to do is turn right, down, and in this little room is another chest. All right, from this chest, head up and to the left, and then we're going to follow this down until you get down here, down the stairs, and then go right, and you're going to see the doppelganger here. Go ahead and interact with him. Go down to key items, select the black mask, and that will place it on the doppelganger and clear the way for us. And now with him gone, before you go through this door and down the staircase to the second floor, we have one enemy we need to farm on the first floor, so let's go hunting for that. And the enemy that we need is this black flan here, so make sure you go ahead and take one of these guys out. All right, once you're here in basement 2, go ahead and head straight on up till you hit the wall, and then we're going to take these stairs down to grab this chest. And now, after you grab this one, we're going to go get the chest over to the right, but there's no clear entrance. So you have to come down this way, and I believe it's right here is the invisible wall, or the non-invisible wall, the hidden entrance, and then you can come up here and grab this chest as well. And then once we've got this chest, we're going to exit back out right here. We're going to head straight across until you hit this. You can go up or down, doesn't really matter, but you're going to keep going left until you get to these stairs. And there is this doorway here, which leads us to basement 3. But there is one enemy on this floor as well that we need to gather up. So go ahead and do that. And the enemy that we're looking for on this level is the cockatrice. So go ahead and grab one of these. All right, now here on basement number 3, we're going to go to the left, up these stairs, and continue left. We've got another hidden wall trick here. I think if you go up 2 and then over, you'll be able to get inside and grab this chest. Now we're going to exit out the same way that we came in, right here. And we're going to go right, down, and then we're going to turn to the right here and run all the way to the wall, come down these stairs, and there's this chest here for you. And now from here, we're going to go down and to the left, skip this door, head up this way, and to this door. We also added a bestiary entry during the chest opening, so I'll go ahead and show that real quick, but we can head down to basement 4. And from one of the chests in the basement 3, you will get the bomb added to your bestiary. So let's keep on going. And as soon as you enter in, you're going to head down and to the left. Following this all the way, go ahead to the right and take these stairs. Then go left, up, and keep going until you reach the chest right here. Now from here, go south, and then you'll see these 3 doors. We are going to go through the middle one, and that's got 3 chests inside, so go ahead and grab these. Now, once you're done, exit out of this room, and we are going to head to the right down here to this door, but there is one enemy that we need to get on this floor as well, so let's go hunting for him. And the enemy that we need is this Marlboro, kind of big, giant plant creature. Go ahead and grab this guy. And now once you enter the 5th floor, head immediately to the right and grab this chest. All right, so after this chest is grabbed, head down and to the right. We're going to go up these stairs. And now there's another hidden wall. So if you go to the right and about halfway-ish here, you'll be able to enter on in, come down, and open this chest. And as soon as you've got that, just head upwards, and there are 4 more chests lined up against the wall. Go ahead and open these up. All right, so now from here, we're going to have to exit out through the hole in the wall, go up and all the way to the left. Then we're going to head down these stairs, and around to take this door here, which has another 3 chests inside. And now with these 3 chests grabbed, come in here and make sure that you've got 19 of 19 for the Cave of Mysidia. And before we go, I just want to make sure we get 2 enemies here. You'll get one from a chest, But there's one we need to grind to find real quick, so let's go ahead and do that. So first things first, one of the chests on this floor gives you the ghost, so you'll have added that to your bestiary. And the enemy that we want to farm for here in basement number 5 is this flying ray. So go ahead and grab this guy before you go. And once that's done, we are finished here in the Cave of Mysidia. So go ahead and use your teleport to head out of the dungeon. And we are heading to the next area. And now once you're done the cave, we are going to head back to our ship. And feel free to stop by Altair or wherever to rest up. But we are going to head to the Leviathan next. All you got to do is go straight ahead, head on in here, and as soon as you enter into the area, you will see where we're getting ready to go. All right, so just a heads up, everything that we're doing here in the Leviathan is missable. That does include the enemies we're going to be farming as well. So make sure you grab all the chests that we're doing. Make sure you get all of the enemies that I show you in the bestiary part, because you cannot come back here after you finish off the Leviathan. So we are going to go ahead and move forward. As soon as you come in, you'll want to head to the left. Now, this works the same way that it did in the original Final Fantasy, where you take a tick of damage every time you move inside of it. But we're just going to tank the damage and head up here to grab the chest. And we're just going to keep moving on through this area until you reach this chest here. And then from here, we're going to go to the left, and we're going to head out this door right there. And now from here, we're going to head up and to the left through the pool there, and we're going to come here and talk to this guy. And we will give him the key item, Crystal Rod. And now once he has joined our party, go ahead and head upwards, and there is a chest sitting right here. And now once you've got this chest, we can go to the 3rd floor. So exit down this way to the left, and then up through this doorway and into the 3rd floor. So we're going to grab a chest first. So we're going to head up and to the left, and you can see the chest is right up there. To try to avoid damage, just head straight across here where you can, and then we're going to go up this way, and you can grab the chest by the teeth over here. And now from this chest, we're going to grab the last one, head left here, ignore the worm monster there, and head all the way down to the bottom right corner and grab this chest here. Okay, and now it's very important that we farm up 3 different monsters here on the 3rd floor before we fight the boss. So go ahead and start looking for those if you haven't done so already. And in my first encounter, I actually ended up getting all 3 of them. So the first one here is the Boltfish. Make sure you've got this guy. The second one is the Sea Dragon, number 53. Make sure you have him. And the final one is the Manta Ray at number 55. Make sure you've got this guy as well. So once you've found all 3 of these, then we can go ahead and start the fight. And with those 3 in tow, let's go head up to the boss and go and start the fight whenever you're ready. All right, so after the boss fight is done, double check to make sure that you have what you need. You've got all 5 chests, you've got the bestiary stuff done, and go ahead and enter the ship here when you're ready. Now, as we are getting set and ready to make our way to the Mysidian Tower, if you have been putting off any enemies or anything that we've talked about previously in the guide for one reason or another, I would highly recommend taking the time to go and get them now, especially if they're in the overworld where we talked about them. So if you're missing any enemies from the bestiary that we've already pointed out, now is the time to go do that. Otherwise, if you are confident, let's go ahead straight on to the island here, and we are going to head right inside to the Mysidian Tower. So after a brief cutscene to open the door, you're going to head inside, go immediately to the right, and there's a chest sitting here for you. Go grab this. And now we're going to backtrack the way we came. This time we're going to go to the left, and don't go all the way to the left, but you can head up here, and there's a chest to the sort of upper left side. All right, now from here, we're going to go towards the middle. There's a staircase right here that we're going to ignore for now. And then you're going to head up and sort of towards the right, and there's a chest in the upper right corner as well. And now from here, you're going to walk directly down and kind of hit this bottom wall, and then head directly left, and you'll be able to phase through that wall to open this chest in here. And now we're going to exit out of here, and we're going to head towards the stairs to go to the second floor. And now as soon as you enter the third floor, head up to the right and up this way where there are 2 chests for you to grab right here, so get both of those. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and backtrack to the area that we came in. This time we're going to go left and down, and you're going to kind of run through here until you hit the far left wall. Head all the way up, and there is a chest right here as well. And now we can go ahead and go left all the way down, and then all the way around. And there are stairs going up to the third floor. Let's take those. And now at the start, you're going to go left through the lava. It does the same amount of damage as everything else. So you're going to come this way, and then you're going to want to enter through the left side door here. And now it'll take you over to this side. We're going to head down, head towards the staircase right here. And we're going to skip the stairs, keep going all the way to the right. And there is a chest in this corner. Grab this guy. And now we're going to return to the stairs, and this time we're going to take them up. You can ignore the door for now, as we are going to go to the left to grab this chest. And after that chest has been grabbed, head back to the right, and then go further right to this one in this corner. And now we're going to backtrack to the middle again, and again, we're not going to quite go through this door yet. There are 2 enemies that I want to farm up here on this level that are random encounters, so let's go ahead and look for those real quick. And the first one that we are going to grab is this werewolf here. Make sure you take one of these out. And additionally, we are going to want one of these imps as well. So make sure you get both the werewolf and the imp, and we'll be good to go on floor 3. All right, so now that that is all taken care of, we've got our chests, we've got our bestiary. Now we can finally head through this doorway here. And you can fight the boss of the third floor right here, so go ahead and do that. And we will go ahead and add the fire gigas to our bestiary as well. And once the boss is done, go ahead up to the next floor, to floor 4. Now from here, we're going to go up to the left and grab this chest right here. And now we are going to make a quick pit stop at floor 5. So head down and take these stairs up. And then once you come in here, these are ice picks again. They do the same thing as like the lava or whatever. Just head through them and grab the chest in this corner. All right, now back down the way that we came in. And now we're going to want to go down to the left and then grab this chest right here. And now we're going to continue along the path, go to the right, up to the left here, and right along inside this little corridor is another chest. And now we can move to the 5th floor, so just head up and to the right, and the stairs are right here, so take these up. And now this is pretty straightforward. We're just going to follow the path. You're going to take a pretty decent amount of damage just because. But once you make it all the way through, right here at the end of the pathway is another chest. Make sure you grab this before you keep going. And now, once you're ready to go, head up the stairs into this doorway and interact with this guy for the 5th floor boss. And now we will add the Ice Gigas to our bestiary, so take him out and we can keep going. And with boss defeated, head up to floor 6. As soon as you get upstairs, head to the right, and there is a chest waiting for you at the end of the hallway. All right, so now we're going to grab another chest. This one's a little, it's not complicated, but a little bit of a maze. So from here, we're going to go left and down into this area. We're going to turn right, skip this one, and go down here. Ignore the door, go left, and all the way down. And now you're going to want to take this pathway up and left. Here is the chest. And then once you're done there, head down and through the doorway to the next floor, to floor number 7. Up here, go right immediately and you'll see a chest that you can grab. And now from here, we're just going to go up and to the right as much as we can. And there's a chest in the top right corner. And then from here, go left, and there's yet another chest right in the middle of the room. And from here, we're going to go all the way to the left, enter in through this doorway, and yet again, come face to face with another boss. So heal up, quick save, whatever you need to do, and let's fight the boss of floor number 7. And as you may have guessed, it is a Thunder Gigas we're adding to our bestiary this time. And again, with boss defeated, head upwards to floor number 8. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go to the right and then all the way up to this room or to this wall, and then head over to the right to grab this chest. All right, so after this, we are going to head down just one and then over to the right, and this is the door you need to take. But there is one other enemy that I want to farm up here. Well, actually, there's 2 enemies that we're going to get, and I'll show you both of them here. So let's go ahead and start looking for one. And the enemy we need here on this floor is this Death Flower. Make sure you find one of these guys. And inside the chest here in floor 8, you are going to find a Devil's Bloom as well. So we are going to mark this guy off of the list as well. And here we are on the 9th floor. Go north and grab the chest here. And then we're going to head down and to the left over this way to grab this chest. All right, so from this chest then, we're going to head upwards to the left, take these stairs, and then cut across to the right. And the final chest of the tower is sitting right here, so grab this guy. All right, with that chest grabbed, let's double check, square, and then triangle. Mysidian Tower is 24 out of 24. Make sure you got all that. And then we're going to head down this way around the corner, and it is the second door right here. But before we go to the 10th floor, let's go ahead and grab a couple of beasts that we have to get through random encounters. And then we'll be pretty much done with the tower. So go ahead and start farming, and I will see you on the other side. And the first enemy that we're going to need are the Marlboro Terras. These have decently low spawn rates. I got lucky and got it on my first go here, but yeah, you might have to farm a little bit for this guy. Once you find them, go ahead and take them out. And then the other random encounter enemy you're going to want is the Basilisk. So find one of these and take them out as well. And the last enemy of the tower as well was sitting in one of the chests here in the 9th floor. So take him out, and that will be it for our bestiary portion of the Mysidian Tower. And now, once you're here on the 10th floor, go ahead and walk forward and speak to Minwu. And now with the door open ahead of us, enter on through it. And there are a number of these orbs in the areas. If you head around to each one, you can get some stat boosts. As you can see, we got our strength increased. So go ahead and touch all 4 of these real quick. And once you've gotten all 4 of those, now you can touch the middle yellow crystal for Ultima. And with that collected, the dungeon is done. Go ahead and use the warp pad to exit on out. All right, so now once you're on the surface, we're going to enter the ship, and we are going to head out this way, and we're going to go make our way up to Fynn. And if you notice the map, it looks a little different. There's a couple of villages and things that aren't showing up. You're about to see why in just a moment, and this is why I said to clean things up if you hadn't done so already. But either way, make your way up towards Fynn, and you'll be able to cross on over here. And we are going to head into the castle to go talk to Gordon real quick. So head straight up to the 4th floor like normal, and we will speak to Gordon right here. And he will tell us about the Cyclone. Go ahead and learn about it. And now, of course, you can ask about the Cyclone. You can talk to Hilda too, but this is, as long as you learn the Cyclone password, we'll be good to go. And now it's time to see the fruits of our labor and a little bit of patience pay off. We get to go hatch that Wyvern egg that we rescued all that time ago. So make your way back down to the 1st floor like so, and then we're going to head to the left, down, and take this staircase up here. Then here, go to the 3rd floor. And then we are going to go all the way north through this door. And you're going to head up the staircase. And you've got this big mirror right in front of you. Go ahead and use the key item pendant on it. And now, after a cutscene, we're going to be outside the castle. Go ahead and enter the town of Fynn here. And after you've rested or bought anything that you need before we head to the next area, we've got some chests to grab here in Fynn now that we have a password for it. So what we are going to do is we're going to head around here, down to the bottom left corner, enter on inside, and speak to this guy, Paul. Now, go ahead and ask him about the Cyclone. And then he'll tell you to try feeling around the wall near his bed. So head over this way, and we can slip right on through into a room with 8 chests to get us prepared for the Cyclone. So go ahead and pop each of these. All right, it is now time to enter the Cyclone. So after you grab all of those chests, and by the way, I just want to, just so nobody gets upset with me that I didn't mention it, all of those chests that we just grabbed in Fynn, you have to get before you do the Cyclone. You cannot get them if you didn't grab them before you go into the Cyclone. So just make sure that, make sure you've got those chests anyway. Go ahead and head out, and we're going to go right on in to the Eye of the Beast, if you will, and enter the Cyclone with our good friend, the Wyvern. And let's get to it. All right, so the 1st floor doesn't have much to it. We're just going to head to the right and go up the first set of stairs that we see here to floor number 2. And now, as we head to our first chest, which is right up here, I am just going to make mention that the Cyclone is another one of these one-and-done encounters. You have to get all of the chests here, or you will permanently lock yourself out of getting the trophy until you obviously play another game. So make sure you are following along, grabbing the chests, with this one being the first one. All right, so now from this chest, we're just going to follow the pathway down and around. And before we head up the stairs, there is one enemy to grab, similarly to the chests. Make sure you're doing this as we're going through the Cyclone. This for the enemies, it's not as bad, as you can find most of them a little bit later on, but these are the best places to farm them up to, where they'll spawn the best, so might as well knock them out here. So let's go ahead and find the first one now. So you're going to want to make sure that you get the Vampire Lady here, which is the green colored version of the Vampire Girl. So grab the Vampire Lady and we can keep going. And now once we get to the 3rd floor, follow along the pathway. These do the same 1 tick as everything else in the game. And then go ahead and grab this chest right here. And now after you've grabbed that, we can exit out the same way we came in and backtrack back down to the 1st floor. And once you're down on the 1st floor, we're going to go left this time and up this staircase. Then we're just going to follow the path up to the 3rd floor. And now that we're on the 3rd floor, you're going to head to the left, and this is the staircase you're going to want to take up, but we might as well farm a enemy here on the 3rd floor as well, so let's do that real quick. And the enemy you're going to want before you move on is one of these captains, so make sure you've got a captain, and we can keep going. All right, once we hit the 4th floor, head up and to the left, and there's a chest sitting here in this corner. And now from this chest, we're going to cut all the way across over to here, and there's another chest in this corner. And now that we're done on the 4th floor, we're going to head back down the stairs here to the 3rd floor again, and then we are going to wander all the way down and go up this staircase to the 4th floor yet again. And now once you're here, you're going to go to the right, and there's going to be 2 staircases. You got one on the left, one on the right. We're going to go up the left one here. And now once you are here, go to the left. Ignore this part here. You don't need to walk through that right now. And then we're going to go over and grab this chest here. And after you grab this chest, walk down this way all the way to the left. And in this corner is a 2nd chest on this floor. And after we grab this chest, we're going to head back to the stairs we came in on and head back down. But there was an enemy we added to our bestiary, so I'll show that real quick. And from one of the chests on the 5th floor, you are also going to get this general here as part of your bestiary. So add him to your total, and let's keep going. All right, now back on the 4th floor, we're going to take the other staircase, the one on the right, up to this 5th floor again. And now we're just going to follow the path up here to the 6th floor. And now as soon as we land on the 6th floor, there is one enemy we should look for real quick. So let's go ahead and try to find that. And the enemy you're going to want here on the 6th floor is the wizard. Make sure you get one of these gentlemen. All right, so after you grab the wizard, you're going to head from the staircase to the right. And up this way is a chest. Now, I would highly recommend that you heal up, save your game, and then open the chest, because we will get another bestiary entry from it. So let's go ahead and do that. And as you can see, we will add the green dragon to our bestiary now. And now let's just double check before we head up to the 7th floor. Square, triangle, cyclone is at 7 out of 7. And if it is, go ahead up the stairs to the 7th floor. And once you hit the top, go ahead, walk up. And you will start the cutscene, so make sure you save, you're healed up. And we can go ahead and fight the Emperor. So, as part of the fight, of course, you are going to get the Emperor, add him to the bestiary. You're also going to get the Royal Guard from this fight as well. And finally, you'll get the Wood Golem. So 3 for the price of 1 here on the 7th floor of the Cyclone. Good luck with the fight, and I will see you when you're done. Alright, so the next time you gain control of your character, you're going to be here in the throne room in Castle Fynn. And you need to speak to Hilda to learn a new password. She'll mention Palamecia. Go ahead and hit learn. And as long as you've learned the password, you can go ahead and exit, or you can stay and chat with both her and Gordon for a minute. Either way, let's keep going. All right, so go ahead, exit out of the castle, and we're going to enter into the town of Fynn real quick. And now we just need to head into the house down here again. And Sid will be inside. Go over here and talk to Sid. So after you speak to Sid, head back out of the village, and we're going to go grab our ship real quick. Should be right down here if you followed along with me. If not, then it's wherever you left it, around this area. So go ahead, grab the ship, and now we have another blue dot on our map if you see up towards Poft, and that's exactly where we're going to go. So we're going to follow along the shoreline here. And now we will finally get the flying beast in the airship. Go ahead and recover it from the rubble of Poft, and we can keep on moving. All right, so once you are ready to go, you're rested, you got all the stuff bought that you need, and you've got the airship now, we can head to Castle Palamecia. And just a word of warning that this is another one of those instances that's one and done. So you can't come back to it. You're going to have to make sure that you get all of the monsters, all of the chests that we need. And yeah, but anyway, so from here, you can choose to fly either way. I like to go up from here and flip the map and then head up to the right. As you can see, we're heading towards the Coliseum. Here's the Coliseum for reference, and then this is Castle Palamecia. Go ahead and land on inside of it. Good luck. Let's get going. So from the start, all you got to do is just run straight forward into this room, and then you need to stand on this tile, and it'll drop you all the way down to the first floor, and now we can begin our hunt. So immediately when you land, just head down and look to the right. There is the first chest of the dungeon. Now, once we've grabbed this chest, we're going to go back to the starting area. Then we're going to go right all the way down, and then turn left into this staircase area. Go ahead and head up the staircase. Then on this floor, pretty straightforward, just follow the straight path and you will find another chest. And now you can just make your way back to the first floor. Now back on the first floor, continue following the path down, go to the left and head all the way to the left for another chest. And then we're just gonna head to the right and go up here and up the stairs. Now go to the right and straight down for another chest. Now we're going to head back and just keep running straight up for yet another chest. And now from here, go all the way to the left, down, and right, and you will get to this staircase, head on to floor number 3. And now from here, head up to the left and down, and you will find a chest down in here. Go ahead and open it up. Okay, after this chest, head on up and out. Around the way like that. And there is an enemy that we need to add to the bestiary, so I'll show that here. And from the chest here on floor 3, you will get the Imperial Shadow. So go ahead and knock him out. And now once you're on floor 4, we're going to head up and to the left, go down immediately, and you can grab the chest right here. Once you've grabbed this chest, head up and to the left and get this one as well. And now once you're here, go back to this split, go up and then to the left and follow this pathway all the way down. You'll come to a door, which you'll need to enter, and inside are 3 chests, so grab each one of these. And now with these 3 chests grabbed, we're going to go ahead and exit out and run all the way around to the next floor here. So go ahead and take this up to floor 5. All right, so we're going to quickly head up the stairs here on floor 5. So come over to the left and up the stairs right here, up to floor 6. So from here, we're going to go up to the right and down. And now there's a chest in here, and I'm just going to give you a warning that you should probably save your game before you open it. They got a pretty tough encounter with a new enemy that we're going to add to our bestiary. So go ahead and do that. And the enemy we're going to be adding to our bestiary here is the Coral. So make sure you grab one of these guys. And now from this chest, we are going to head to the right, all the way around the pathway, up to this staircase, and head up to floor number 7. And now you're just going to follow this path until you get here, where you'll head down and find a door. You'll want to enter the door, and inside are 3 chests. And then once you've grabbed those, we're just going to head back the same way that we came, back to floor 6. And then all the way back to floor 5 as well. And now here on floor 5, we're going to run the long way around all the way to the exit. But before we go, there is an enemy on this floor that we want to farm up, so let's go ahead and do that. And the enemy you're going to want to find on this level is the big guy, the stone golem. So find one of these, and then we can move on. And now, once we are here on the 6th floor, we are going to walk our way all the way through this area until we reach the stairs. But just as before, there is an enemy we want to get here on the 6th floor, so let's hunt for that one now. And the enemy we're looking for is this skull right here, so take out one of these and we can keep going. And then again, here on level 7, all we got to do is walk to the entryway to the next floor. But this time there are 2 enemies that we want to farm on level 7. So let's find those if you haven't done so already. The first enemy we're going to want to find is this iMoba. So make sure you find one of these. And the other one is the Vampire Girl. So make sure you find both of these enemies and we can keep going. All right, once you're here on the 8th floor, head down and to the left. Avoid going in the throne room for now. Go to the left, up this way, and there are 2 chests here to grab, the final 2 chests of the dungeon. Make sure you grab these. All right, so before you move on, double check to make sure you've got 17 of 17 chests for Castle Palamecia. Again, we can't come back here, so it's imperative you've got all 17 of them. And we do have 1 enemy we want to farm before you enter the throne room. So again, make sure you do not go into the throne room until you get this enemy, and then we can keep going. And that enemy that we want to take down is this guy, the Black Knight. So find one of them, take them out, and we can keep going. Now, once you've got all the beasties in the bestiary and you've got all the chests in the castle, go ahead and you can confront Leon on his throne. All right, once everything is said and done, you will regain control right outside of the throne room here in Castle Fynn. We're going to head back into the throne. And now we're going to come up here and talk to Hilda. And she will mention the Jade Passage. All you got to do is click Learn. And there you go. You can ask her about it as well. And once you exit, there is the trophy pop for Memory Lane. We've learned all 15 passwords. And we've got ourselves the trophy. So now let's go ahead and begin a little bit of cleanup before we head to the Jade Passage. All right, so exit out of the castle. You can obviously stock up on stuff you need in Fynn, but come down to your airship, and we are going to go grab the legendary blade Excalibur. That's our next goal. So what we're going to do is we are going to fly ourselves over to Castle Deist, and you can do that by heading left here and wrapping around the map, and then go up to the left. You can see on our mini-map, we're right here out front. Go ahead and drop down and enter on inside. Now, once you're in here, just run forward, up the stairs, and we can come down into this room and speak to the mother again. And now that everything's played out, we can ask her about the Dragoons. And she will go ahead and hand us over Excalibur, one of the best weapons in the game. So now that that is ours, we get the trophy for it as well. And now we can go clean up some bestiary things before we head to the Jade Passage. All right, so go ahead and exit the castle, get back in the airship. And now we are going to head back to the Palamecia desert, as there are some new enemies that have spawned since the Cyclone has been activated. And if you come right down here, you can land right here in the grass. And all you need to do is just walk around in the desert, look with, obviously turn your encounters on, and we will try to find 2 new spawns here in the desert before we get going. So join me on that, and I will show you what we need to get done. All right, the first one that you want to take out is the Scissor Jaws. It has a little bit of a lower spawn rate, I think, than most other enemies that you're going to be fighting at this point. I've found that he's easier found in like sort of the northern part of the desert. The desert's really long there, by the way. So if you just kind of always run north, I think you'll eventually find him. But either way, just a couple of encounters in the desert and you'll find the Scissor Jaws. Make sure you take them out. And the other guy that we need is this sandworm. So go ahead and take one of these out, and then we can keep going. All right, so once you found those monsters, head back to your ship. And now we're going to fly over to the Jade Passage, but we're not going to quite go inside yet. So from here, if you just head up to the left, it's on this little outcropping plateau that we've been, avoiding all game long. But now you can see you have this hole in the ground, essentially, and once you interact, you'll go inside, but we don't want to interact with it quite yet, as there's one other monster we want to farm outside of it, and this is probably the monster I would say most people who play blind miss, just due to the nature of it spawning after the Cyclone, and you never really have to walk in this area, anything like that. So we're going to farm up the Mantis King. I'll show you him real quick, and then we can keep moving. Alright, so after just a little while, I came across the Mantis King here. He's in a group of a bunch of killer mantises as well, but go ahead, grind out, find the Mantis King, and take him down. And now, with those enemies farmed up, we are going to head into the Jade Passage. So go up to it, enter on inside, and it's time to clear the penultimate dungeon of the game. All right, once you land, go ahead and head down into the first floor basement. And we are going to head to the right first, all the way over this way, and then down here towards the edge to grab the first chest of the dungeon. And now we'll just go back towards the entrance, and this time from the staircase here, we're gonna head straight south, all the way down, and grab this chest in the corner. And now once you have this chest, we're going to go all the way to the right, and here's the door to exit. Before you go, we have one enemy to farm, so let's take a look for that. And here he is, the Hecdies we need to add to our bestiary. Now in B2, we're going to head all the way straight to the north around the corner and find a chest in the upper left. From here, we're going to head to the right, and then right down here is a second chest. And now from here, we're going to head all the way down to the bottom and left, and here is yet another chest. And now from this chest, we're going to go right all the way, and then we're going to go straight up and through this door. And we did add a beast to the bestiary, so I'll go ahead and show that. And in one of the chests here in the basement number 2, we added the blue dragon to our bestiary as well. All right, so this one's a little bit windy. So from here, we're going to go down the stairs all the way that we can. From here, we're going to head across. This does the same damage that everything else in the game does, 1 tick every tile. And then we're going to go up these stairs, and then immediately down this set of stairs, down this one, and you'll be able to climb back up towards the chest right here. Go ahead and heal up, save your game before you pop this chest, as it is a little bit of a boss fight. And we will go ahead and add the King Behemoth to our bestiary from this chest. And now after the enemy is defeated, we're going to head down all the way across here, down to the bottom of the waterfall. And now you'll see there's like a little wizard guy right here that you can talk to behind the waterfall. You'll have to go around this way and speak to him. But he sells some pretty powerful tomes right here. I would definitely take a look at grabbing some if you need them. So from the wizard, if you head over to the right, there are 3 doors. The third door will take us out of the area. But what we want to do is we want to make sure we farm up one other monster here for our bestiary. Let's do that before we leave. And the enemy that we need to grab here is the salamander. So find this guy and take him out. Now, once you're on basement 4, you're going to head straight north right here until you hit this chest. And then from here, you're just going to run straight up and go through this door at the top for 3 more chests. And now from here, exit out, head over to the right side, and then be careful when opening this chest. Again, make sure you heal up, make sure you save, as you got another boss fight chest ahead. And in this chest, you've got the red dragon, so go ahead and take him out. And now from here, we're going to head straight down into this corner. We'll take this door to go to the next area. However, we have one other enemy we want to farm. It's a random encounter this time here on basement level 4. And the guy that we want to find is this Great Malboro. Make sure you have one of these in your bestiary before you move forward. Now, once you hit basement 5, just follow the path that you have to take through the area, and eventually you'll come across the chest right here. Then just keep following the path. You got another one right next to this door. And the last chest of the area, head all the way down the path again, and it is sitting right here. Go ahead and grab it. And now we're going to head straight down and exit out here, but before we go, we have one enemy on this floor as well to farm for, so let's do that. And the enemy that we need is this Abyss Worm, so find one of these and take him out. And now this area is pretty straightforward. You're just going to follow the path all the way along until you reach that teleporter up at the top. But there are 4 different enemies that we want to farm up here, so spend some time looking for those encounters, and I'll show you each one. All right, the first one we are going to come across is the Chimera Sphinx, so go ahead and take these guys out. Next up, grab the Mega Parasite. Make sure you get one of these. And then the final 2, the first one is the Pit Fiend. Make sure you've got this guy. And lastly, make sure you have grabbed the Ice Lizard as well before you finish off the Jade Passage. All right, so here we are now, finished with the Jade Passage, getting ready to head into the final dungeon of the game in Pandaemonium. Of course, again, tips on just keeping yourself healed. Make sure you save often, especially in this next dungeon that we're going to. And if you are low on resources, you can always come in here and teleport out of the dungeon or walk back out of the dungeon and go refill on your supplies and things like that. That is entirely up to you if that is something that you want to do. Otherwise, we are going to head into Pandaemonium for the final dungeon of the game. We're getting very close to that platinum. And once we pass on in, by the way, here we are. We will pop the Adventurous Wayfarer, assuming that you followed along with the guide and visited every location. That is another trophy added to our books. Let's begin the last dungeon. All right, here we are now in the Pandaemonium level 1, and we are going to just follow the path. There's no chests to grab here on this first level. All you have to do is come down to the right and just follow the pathway around. Now, again, I'm just going to say it. I think it is imperative that you save very often in this dungeon unless you want to replay a large chunk of the game. But regardless, if you are going to walk your way through to the staircase right here, we need to get 2 enemies on this first level of Pandaemonium. So let's go ahead and add them to our bestiary real quick, unless you've already got them. And then, we can keep moving forward. And here we go. We got both in the same fight. So grab the Mantis Devil here. And the second is the Death Rider, so make sure you've got both of these guys. All right, once you hit Pandaemonium level 2, head down to the left and take the staircase up. Go all the way up north for this chest right here. And now from this chest, we're going to head down the stairs, around this way, and up. And we can go straight to the 3rd floor. There's nothing, no enemies we have to get here on the 2nd floor, so keep going. Now here on the 3rd floor, go immediately south and just kind of turn the corner here to this chest right here. And now I'll show you a little bit of a cool shortcut so you can come down here and go back to the starting area. And now to get to the door, we're going to go north this way. And you're supposed to go to the right and kind of run around a bit of a longer passageway, but if you come left here, you can actually go right through this wall and straight down to the next teleporter. Now, there is one other enemy we need to get here in the 3rd floor, so let's farm that up real quick. And this enemy that we need is this Lamia right here. We've already got the Lamia Queen, but we need the Lamia, just the base model, if you don't already have it. Either way, go ahead and grab one of these, and then we can keep on going. Now here we are on the 4th floor. From here to go to the 5th floor, we're going to go left and go through this door right here. Now there is one enemy on the 4th floor that we want to farm up. So before you go through, go ahead and try to find him. And here we go. Make sure you find one of these mithril golems before you head on to the 5th floor. All right, so here we are now on the 5th floor. This one's a little bit of a maze, so try to stick with me here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go left through this archway. And then we're going to head through this archway, go right through this one, right again, and keep going through these archways. Then we're going to take this staircase up, then through the archway here. And now make sure you're healed up and you save before you open this chest. But other than that, go ahead and open her up. And inside the chest, you will get Zombie Borgin to add to your bestiary. All right, with the fight 1, exit out of the room. And we're going to head up north through these 2 archways. And we're going to continue going right, just kind of zigzagging through. And then we're going to hit this room with this pillar inside of it. And if you look, there's actually a little bit of a giveaway. That wall is acting a bit strangely. You can walk straight through it. And here is the chest with the greatest item in the game, the Masamune. Go ahead and grab it, and we can keep on going. All right, so once you have grabbed this item, go ahead and exit out of the room first. And then come in here, go to Magic, and pick your character that has the warp ability. If none of your characters has warp, then look in your items. You should have a warp tomb that we've likely collected from earlier. If you don't have one, then unfortunately you're going to have to backtrack all the way back to the previous floor. But either way, make your way out of this area. Using the warp will return you right to the door, which is fantastic. And now from here, we're going to go into the second of the 4 doors. So enter this one. And now from here, we're going to follow the path up this way to the right, take the stairs, dip down here, and then keep following the archways And don't forget to heal up and quick save, and then go ahead and open the chest. And in this chest, we have our fight with Tiamat. Good luck, and I'll see you on the other side of this. All right, so with Tiamat down, now before you warp out of here, make sure you have the Beast Demon, which I'm going to go ahead and farm real quick. If you've already got it, you can warp straight out. If not, make sure that you farm it up here. So here it is, the Beast Demon. Make sure you have at least one of these added to your thing, and then you can warp out of the room here back to level 4. And now once you're here, we're going to skip the 3rd door for the moment, and we're going to go into the 4th door next. And from here, just head over to the right and follow the path straight on upwards. You'll be in front of this chest, and as usual, heal up, quick save, and good luck with the fight. And inside this chest, you will find Beelzebub, the next boss to take down. And with Beelzebub in the ground, go ahead and once again warp back to the previous floor. And then we're going to go, this time, enter the 3rd door back to level 6. And from the entryway, we're going to follow the path pretty much straight forward. You just got to go through the archways, up and around, down this way. And once again, heal up, quick save, and let's get into the fight. And here we go. The fight with Astaroth. Add him to your bestiary, and we can keep pushing forward. And now from here, it's time to head to level 7. So what we're going to do is we're going to go left here. We're going to take a shortcut through this wall right here, if you see right before the archway. And then if you come straight down here, there's a shortcut in this wall right here as well. So make sure you take both of those shortcuts and you'll get to the warp a lot quicker than running all the way around. And this will take us back to the 4th floor, but we're going to be on the other side. So now you can just run straight and over to the right. And this will take us to floor number 7. All right, as soon as you spawn in, head to the left and up, and there's a chest here for you to grab. And now let's go ahead and head to the teleporter for level 8. So we're going to run down to the left, up this way, all the way around. You'll have to come all the way to this far wall and down, and eventually make it to the teleporter. Now, we're not going to go here, and we've got to prepare ourselves a little bit for a grind to find the Iron Giant. This is just the best floor to find him on. He can spawn, I think, on floor 5, 7, and 8. Floor 7 is just a lot better to farm him on because the encounters that aren't the Iron Giant are not nearly as bad as they are on 5 and 8. So we're going to stop here, but there is another enemy, the Devil Wolf, we need to find, and that's who you're going to be encountering pretty much most of the time anyway while we're doing this. So let's go ahead and start our encounters. As you can see right off the jump, I got the Devil Wolf, so make sure you add a Devil Wolf to your bestiary and then begin your hunt for the Iron Giant. I think the Giant, by the way, has like a 1%, maybe 2% chance of spawning, so we might be here for a little while. I'm going to keep count of how long it takes me, and I'll let you know when I find him. And here we go. It was actually a pretty easy grind for me this time. I only had, I think, 14 or 15 total encounters, so much better than the 120-some that it took me for the War Mech in Final Fantasy 1. But either way, once we find the Iron Giant, go ahead, take him out, and we can push on to the end of the game. All right, once you're ready with the Iron Giant defeated, go ahead and step on the teleporter, and we can head to floor 8. Now, from the teleporter, we're going to head all the way to the right. Just keep running right. And here is the penultimate chest of the entire game. We've got one more after this one. And now from here, we're going to head left and up. We're going to curl around here. And before we take the teleporter, let's grab that final chest. It's over to the left, Oh, didn't mean to go through the wall. It's over to the left. And then up here is the last chest of the game. Go ahead and pop this and we will grab a trophy. And there it is, Legendary Treasure Hunter in the books. Now, all that remains is beating the final boss and leveling a couple of spells. And that is all that stands between us and the platinum. And now from here, we're going to head to the right. You can go down one and through this wall. And then take the teleporter to level 9. And now you're just going to want to hold down and left and head down to this bottom left corner. And this will take you to the final floor of Final Fantasy II. Best of luck to you. Let's go. All right, so heal up, make your quick save, and charge forward to confront the final boss. Best of luck. I'll see you on the other side. And here he is, the Emperor's final form. Entry 128 in our bestiary. Let's take him down. And there we go, the final story trophy of the game. Now, if you've popped that trophy and you don't also have the platinum to go along with it, and you've, of course, followed the guide and everything, that means that you have 1 or 2 of the weapon tactics and the magic tactics trophy to grab. We have to level up 1 weapon type skill to level 16 and 1 magic spell to level 16. There's a decent chance that you've gotten Cure all the way up to 16 already. I kind of intentionally didn't, so I could show you where to farm it after the game. But the weapon one, I mean, it really just depends on how you played the game. Anyway, I'll show you how to level those 2 things up, and we can grab the platinum together. All right, so I've loaded into the game from the save that you make after you've defeated the final boss. And now I'm going to hop into my airship, and we can go visit pretty much any city that'll sell us stuff, so might as well just head over to Fynn real quick. And now, depending on how much you have to, like, what your cure level is at with your main character who has cure, as you can see, I kind of stopped right around level 15. Depending on what level you're at with this spell, you will need to buy a certain amount of ether potions, which you can do by coming up into here. I don't remember which one sells. I think the middle one sells it. No? Is it the last one? Yeah, okay. So buy a whole stack of ether. I'm definitely not going to need it, but, you know, a stack will get you quite far. But what we're going to want to do now is we are going to want to open up the map, and we want to head to the Mysidian Tower, which is right here, which is why I went back to Fynn. So we're going to go ahead and hustle on over there real quick. And you'll see the reason why we want to do that. It'll be a really easy way to level up our cure. So drop down here, hop into the tower, and now we just need to get up to the 3rd floor. So pretty simply come up this way, and then from the 3rd floor just head down to the bottom left, and you'll have to cross all the way across to the bottom right, up into here. And now, if you see what we're going for, we're gonna start taking some tick damage on the lava, and every time we take a tick of damage, we're gonna heal up every single person in our party, and this will farm cure very, very quickly. So make sure everybody's alive, everybody's got health, and then take 1 tick of damage. You can come in here, use your cure, just like that, and that gives you instantly already a ton of good experience. The thing that you're going to worry about the most is your MP. It does take a lot. Obviously, I'm spending 15 right now per cure, so I'll certainly hit it before I run out, but if you're stuck at a pretty low level cure, then you'll definitely need those ethers that we bought. Either way, go ahead and do this over and over again until you pop that trophy. And there we go. After like 30 seconds of me doing it, I popped magic tactics. Now we can move on to weapon tactics, which will be a considerably more annoying one, but it'll be our last trophy of the game. All right, so I just went ahead and reloaded my save. So I'll hop back into the airship. And this requires a little bit of setup. So there's a couple of methods you can do. One of them involves using the blood sword and hitting yourself with it over and over and over again against like a weak enemy. That one's okay, but you can't auto attack it, so you have to like constantly be pressing X over and over and over again, and it's really annoying. If you have a controller that has like a turbo button, I'm sure you could do it. But there's an alternative method that I think is a little bit easier, but it just requires a little bit of setup. Okay, so the method that I like to use is up here. You can do it up here by Salamand. If you don't know where I'm at, you can see me up towards the top. There it is, Salamand. Head on up towards it, and you can drop out of the ship. We're going to try to encounter enemies in these woods, but before we do that, we want to make sure that our auto attacker is equipped properly, so we can farm this pretty simply. So what I would recommend that you do is you come in here and equip, and you are going to want to give him the 2 worst swords you possibly have. So I had 2 broadswords. You might not have both. You might not have 2 broadswords. You might have a long sword. That adds a little bit of attack to it. Whatever. It doesn't really matter a ton. But regardless, you're going to want to give him your 2 worst swords. All right. So we're going to be looking for a couple of specific encounters, or I mean, they don't have to be super specific, but this is almost perfect. So we're looking for soldier enemies like this, or we're looking for an enemy that's called, I can't remember if it's either a bighorn or a wild horn. If I find one, I'll show it to you. But what you're going to want to do is clear out every enemy that isn't a soldier or a bighorn. And then you're just going to want to defend with all of your other characters and just start whacking away with your sword leveling up guy. So this will be pretty straightforward. All we really need to do, I would recommend not risking it. You should have, plenty of high-level spells that can take care of the enemies here. But then go and defend with everyone else. You can begin your attacking on one of the enemies here. But I'm going to use Holy to knock out the wizard or the sorcerer. And the reason that we do that is we don't want him to put us to sleep or anything like that. Now, some enemies are going to be a lot better than others. Like the captains are the best because they don't take pretty much any damage from him. So what you're going to do is you're just going to defend, attack, and defend. And now you can auto battle. And hopefully he will have enough opportunity to just keep whacking away. You're gonna kill, like I said, the sergeants relatively quickly, but once you get to the captain, you can see he does very minimal damage. So he's just gonna continue to chip away, and the bighorns are even better for this as well, by the way. They take even less damage, and if you can get a group of 4 of them, I mean, he can go almost, I would say, probably an entire level from 15 to 16, I would imagine, just sitting here whacking them. So one thing to note while you're doing this too, and I'll stop yapping and show you my finished progress. Don't forget that you can only go up 1 level at a time. Unfortunately, the captain decided to flee. You can only go up 1 level at a time, so don't waste time if he's like super close to leveling. Try to give it a rough guesstimate of when he's gonna finish the level. Like you can see, I just got level 12 there. And yeah, so anyway, it takes a while. It's boring, I know, but it's the easiest method, in my opinion, to get up to level 16. So let's do that, and I will see you when things are said and done and the platinum is ours. And now, before you get started, don't forget that you can come in here to configuration and go down to boost. And you can boost your weapon skill up to 4x to make this even faster. So whatever you want to do, you certainly don't have to do this, but it just makes the grind that much easier. So go ahead and let's get started. And there we have it. I went from about 11 to 16 in probably 20-ish minutes. Of course, using 4X the whole time, so, you know, grain of salt if you're playing on 1X. But regardless, that is level 16 hit. Now we will pop the trophy here in just a moment. And there is the platinum as well. GG. I hope you enjoyed the game. That is it for Final Fantasy II. Now we can set our sights to 3. All right, folks, thank you for watching. That is it for Final Fantasy II. I hope that you have enjoyed this guide. It was quite a bit of fun to make. I'm enjoying playing through the Final Fantasy games again, and popping the plats is just another great part of it as well. And if you did enjoy the guide, please do consider subscribing to the channel, dropping some comments, letting your friends know about the guides, all that good stuff. It really helps me get these things done and out to more and more people. The support has been fantastic as always. We're constantly growing. We hit 2,000 subscribers not too long ago, and we're already on our way to 3,000. So I cannot thank you enough for all of the awesome support. And if you're seeing this video, hopefully there will be a link to the 3rd guide in the series for Final Fantasy III. If not, you're a little bit early, and I promise I will have it out in due time. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. I have been Hunted, and until next time, stay safe, enjoy your gaming, and I'll see you in the next video.